This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zola. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
What geese?
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good. Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in. That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Good morning to you all. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here for another edition of Brantley's Virtual Tour Live. A lot going on. This good old Monday morning. By the way, I hope you guys enjoyed your Beyond the Gates after show. Got that up for you guys at 10 a.m. So now you are all caught up with Beyond the Gates, and I got your virtual tour destination roundups for last week and the week before, so I got two of them kept up. Oh, child. I'm trying. But with that being said, that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 destinations for you all this morning. Of course, Melody Shari is always doing good in the neighborhood, and she got to be a part of something really historic. So we'll talk about that. New York, if you don't know, there was a helicopter crash in the Hudson River. Quite sad. We'll talk about that. Happened over the weekend. Disney looks like they are smuggling with Epic Universe just about a month away. Will they be able to do expansions? We'll check in with WDW Pro on that, plus some intel from CNN Travel about a fifth park, potentially. I mean, it's been rumored for years, but we'll get to that here. So Anonymous T is on our destination roadmap because I do not like it when people want to bully other people just because you don't like what's being said. Anonymous T doesn't bother nobody. She definitely is diversified and she holds her own. Okay, she doesn't have to keep talking about LAMH just to exist on YouTube. I'm just saying, she doesn't have to go on, whether it's in the day or night, to talk about content that she don't really want to see, and then shade that person and the people in the comment section, and then say, why can't we have our own clicks, but yet you upset that there's some opposition? Child. We'll get to Anonymous here in just a little bit. Kanye West, dude, he said something about Taylor Swift. Wait till you hear it. Then Carnival Cruise Lines, you see the back of the ship there in the thumbnail. We'll get into Carnival Cruise Lines and Norwegian Cruise Lines as well. And YouTube has an update for us as well. Higher is weighing, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. Yes, indeed. By the way, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, but let it fly, it must apply. With that being said, y'all, you see the virtual tour background. Yes, you do. You hear the virtual tour music. Yes, you do. One thing to know, and two things for sure, that over here on this channel, a lot happens early.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price. And it's a little early for this.
Now this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it off right. But whenever you start the daylight, and a lot happens early. Can you feel it? And I say,
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is Julie Chen Moonves. It is a new morning, my good friends, Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez. You are right on this channel with original content. With an energy that can never be matched nor duplicated. And above all else, we are about creating the sound of being on our purpose, not seeking attention, creating noise. Like you guys said, a lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well with each and every one of you. Let's get to the game doing what we do. We got 7 destinations for you this morning. Here we go, Joe. Ooh. Brain is still waking up. Yes, indeed. There. All right, so let's kick it off with Miss Melody Shari. She was on rollingout.com. By the way, shout out to rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years of being a platform. I know you guys probably like, good damn right we get, but listen, with everything under attack right now, with our voice, we need to celebrate the accomplishments that are of that magnitude. 25 years, okay? RollingOut.com has been around as long as the Oprah Winfrey Show was on TV. That is huge. So with that being said, let's make it do what it do. Melody Shari celebrates 60th anniversary of the Selma March. So here we go.
Design you feel in every detail. Technology as innovative as it is effortless. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Melody Shari, all right? Songstress, songwriter, serial entrepreneur, right here in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. And I think it's really apropos that you were in Selma recently for the 60th anniversary of the Edmund Pettus Bridge Bloody Sunday. And because you were born and raised in Alabama, not that far away, and not only were you born and raised in Alabama, you thrived and became a very successful businesswoman in Alabama. A story that is not told enough. So it was kind of apropos that you fulfilled the American dream and then still went back to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Selma. Tell me, how was the experience there?
Okay, so, well, it was actually held in Montgomery.
Oh, Montgomery, okay.
Yeah, but that's where the march happened, from Montgomery, from Selma to Montgomery. So, it made sense, but it was amazing to be a part as they commemorated the 60th anniversary. It was super, super amazing. So many amazing, intelligent leaders that are born and raised in Alabama that's often overlooked, That's one of the reasons, even whenever I first had the notion and idea to want to try to highlight Alabama on a national television network, the reason was because I wanted to show that, hey, despite what the narrative may be, we have beautiful, successful entrepreneurs, people who are thriving, who look like us right here in Alabama. So being able to be a part, because it was history in the making again, but to be in Montgomery and be a part, where a lot of that history took place and just honoring people who were a part of that process. It was super, super heartwarming. And I was really just blessed to be in the room.
Absolutely.
Of course. She often
and speaking of which, your mom is an author, correct?
Yes, she is.
Yes. And so she probably talked to you over the years when you were growing up about her experiences in the Deep South in Alabama during a not so good time, segregation, Jim Crowism, whatever. How did that inform your childhood and how you grew up to be?
So I actually grew up about an hour south of Montgomery. I'm in Huntsville now, but I grew up about an hour south of Montgomery. And, my community, Brundage, super small, super, super small, one red light. I tell people that all the time, super small. And fortunately, for the most part, I was not faced a lot with, racism and, just the feelings of those, being treated differently, right? And maybe that's because it was so small, everybody was kind of like family, you know what I mean? But I do know my mother had her share of incidents, where she stood up, she was the first female to play on her high school baseball team back then. And, there were some other things with the police department in the city of Brundage where my mom took a stand. And while she didn't become the first female officer, it opened the door for someone else that they ended up choosing. So, just being able to be someone who leads, I encourage everybody to do that. Never follow what everybody else is doing. Always try to be a leader. And so
I'm gonna pause it because let's all keep it a bug. Not everybody has the capacity, capability, and comprehension of understanding the weight of what it is to be a leader. Some people will be a follower just to exist. Reminds me of that scene from The Fine Temptations. By the way, if you haven't seen The Fine Temptations with Cuba Gooding and Beyonce, it's been out for years now, so I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But there's a pivotal scene toward the end of the film where basically Cuba Gooding Jr. is pitching this drink and talking about going to the corner stores and the gas stations, and the flashbacks of his hometown start to happen, and he walks out of the meeting and he's done, right? And so it takes a leader to stand up when followers are saying that. So I just want to highlight that.
Oh, I feel like that's something that's just in my DNA.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And was it your mom who installed you, your parents your mom that installed in you that sense of that entrepreneurial spirit? Because now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So growing up, like I remember at one point she had a cleaning business. At one point she had a trucking business. So I definitely was around and able to see what entrepreneurship looked like. So I saw that with my own two eyes. My uncles, my grandfather, they're all farmers. And so I saw them handling their business as well. They didn't go into a corporate job, so to speak, and working 8 to 5. And so I did see that. I was privy to that. And so, without a shadow of a doubt, those experiences that you get to see and witness as a child definitely shapes you as an adult.
Absolutely. And so then moving further along, you went to school in Alabama, college, and then you became a school teacher, but you always had entrepreneurship in the back of your mind. Tell me how you balanced that and how you made that transition, which is the culmination of the American dream, which is to work for yourself and make a lot of money while providing a service for someone. Yeah. So tell me how you make it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, so, I went to college at Alabama A&M University, HBCU. I graduated in 3.5 years, 3.97 GPA. And I went on to teach for 3.5 years. My degree.
So tell me how you make it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, so, I went to college at Alabama A&M University, HBCU. I graduated in 3.5 years, 3.97 GPA. And I went on to teach for 3.5 years. My degree is in secondary education, English language arts. And to this day, I still love teaching. I have a property preservation class where I've created over 1,000 entrepreneurs since 2020 when I started my class. So I still get a chance to do that I love, which is teach and educate and help people just become their best selves, right? But after I was in the teaching field, I knew that for the level of living that I wanted to experience and the level of giving that I wanted to experience, that salary was not going to do it. It just was not going to do it. So, it wasn't going to do it. So while I was teaching, I was running a lawn care business and a cleaning business at the same time. And eventually I got into property preservation in 2010. And a few months, 3-4 months after that, I resigned from teaching altogether and totally focused on my entrepreneurship goals. And so the transition for me, and I would tell anyone, when you're going into something new, you try it out, see how it goes. At first, try to balance it with your 9 to 5. I always say, don't leave for show money to get more money and end up with no money, okay? That's not what we're trying to do. So give it a shot doing both first. And when it gets to the point where your business has grown so much to the point where you can't do both things, that's whenever you make that final decision.
I really like that. Don't leave for sure money for more money to turn out to have no money. I really like that. It's basically what we've all heard growing up. Don't leave a job until you have another job. And you probably have heard this statement too. When you don't have a job, your job is finding a job. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. And so this really kind of ties back into the 60th anniversary of Selma, because that's what our forefathers and mothers, our ancestors, were fighting for. The previous generation that came before us were fighting for the opportunities that you experienced. And because
opportunities, the freedom, opportunities to vote, our voting rights, and being treated equally, and being seen, being heard, and I feel like whenever you are in entrepreneurship and you're able to then make certain moves in the community, you're seen more, you're heard more, your platform grows, so you're able to make more change, right? So all of that matters, but at the end of the day, it all is here now because of the people who sacrificed us for us prior to.
Without question.
And that's why you felt it was important to be a part of that, to be involved.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And,
oh, yeah. When they asked, it was no hesitation. Joe Geist hit up my PR, and when they mentioned it and asked, I actually ended up in Montgomery twice that week. There was a women's empowerment luncheon that I was a speaker for as well. And then I went back a couple of days later to host, the commemoration of the anniversary from the march from Selma to Montgomery. But no hesitation in the fact that, Mayor Reed, who was also Mayor of Montgomery, heavily a part of the event. We were able to honor and recognize those individuals, the freedom fighters, and,
yes.
Just discuss and show a video of some of the historical moments that took place back then, all the way to when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also got involved, right? And on that third march, finally, they made it all the way through with the troops moving to the side and letting them through. So, all of that was just beautiful. And it just really lets you know it doesn't matter how tough something is. If you really, really, really want it, you keep going and victory will be yours.
Amen. Definitely, for sure. I remember, I think one of the biggest civil rights stories that has impacted me to this day was the 4 Black girls at the bottom of a church. And the church got bombed. And I think Black Titanic told me that one of the ladies was still alive. But that story pissed me off so much because we know what the church house means to us in our community. And to hear stories of the past, it is triggering. It makes you swell up with a anger that you can't really solve. You just try to navigate through the anger and you try to take that energy and make it positive. But to know that while you may try to erase our history, it's up to us to celebrate our history. That's a powerful thing. So anytime that I get frustrated, I worry, I have doubt, I think of those 4 Black little girls at the bottom of that church basement. And I think about, wait a minute, you really ain't struggling through nothing. You really not. Because that could have been you in that basement. It could have been me in that basement. That could have been any one of us, including Mel or Mr. Brookshire in that basement. So while we are feeling a struggle right now, we gotta celebrate how far we've came or how far we've come. Because if it wasn't for what happened back then, could you imagine where we'd be now? So and honestly, tell you the truth, like, of course, the Little Rock 9 always has my heart because that's my state. But those 4 Black little girls at the bottom of that basement. If you don't know about that story, go look it up. It will touch you for sure.
Absolutely. You ever think about that? Because I went to the 50th anniversary in Selma when President Obama honored the legend John Lewis. John Lewis, and
Good trouble.
the drive was far. Can you imagine walking from Selma to Montgomery?
No, I know. I mean, I will say our ancestors, their tenacity and just, their willpower is something that we all can learn from in this generation. They weren't people easily to give up. And what we've got to do is know that that is in our DNA. It's in our bloodline. We've got to tap into it.
Absolutely. So talk to us about moving forward with you in terms of, is it Holt and Holt Enterprises?
So yes, no. So actually, I have 7th Avenue Beauty, which is my beauty, body, hair, and skincare line, and that has been going very well. I actually just got back. That's why I'm a little hoarse now. I actually just got back from LA Sunday because I hosted an 8-hour TikTok live where I sold products. I do that at least once a month, where I sell my skincare and body care products, and so things are going really well. Things are going well, and I'm still the reason why I wanted to get out of the teaching field. So again, like I told you, the level of living and giving I wanted to do, I still find ways and time to give back to my community. I was just at a local school recently that's predominantly Black and participated and read to the students for Dr. Seuss Week, you know. So I am enjoying being in a place where I have the freedom to do those things that matter most to me and those things that are most important to me. I also have my few beautiful babies. I said, you know, hey, I'm also raising 3 queens and a king. So, you know, there's, you know, obligation there to make sure that that generation is better than my generation, right? So I spend a lot of time talking to, teaching them, you know, and just showing them what it looks like even for them if they want to be entrepreneurs, which they do, by the way. And so, you know, it's just beautiful to see and to be able to have the freedom to move how I want to move and do the things that matter most.
Absolutely. What are some of the lessons that you learned from your mom, as well as her generation that marched, that protested, that got beat, some of them killed?
Yeah.
In our honor, what are some of the lessons that you take from them?
Hey, Tim, people, welcome in. Glad to have
pass
you.
On to
get you up what's going on. Melody Shari was a part of the 60th anniversary of the 1965 Selma to Montgomery March in Alabama. We're watching this from rollingout.com here. A great interview thus far. So glad to have you here. Feel free to comment in the live chat and like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. After this, we are going to be talking about the New York plane crash that happened. So the Hudson River. Yes, there was another crash. We'll talk about that. Then we're going to be talking about Disney because, Lord Jesus, the tariffs have been demolishing any and every business known to man. It's definitely hitting Disney hard. We'll get to that. And then, of course, after that, we'll talk about Anonymous T. Her stormy content got reported for no good damn reason at all. Anonymous T doesn't bother anybody. She holds her own, and she is purposely diverse, not to exist for other people because she doesn't know who she is, but she lives in her truth, and it's about integrity and quality. So we'll get to our good friend Anonymous T there. Then after that, Kanye West took it too damn far. And Lord Jesus, him and the NFL going to get into it. Then, of course, after that, we're going to talk about Carnival Cruise Line and Norwegian Cruise Line. And then we're going to talk about YouTube. So we do have a lot more to it. We're almost done with this interview with Terry Rothshire and Melody Shari. Here we go.
Other people as you continue in your teaching profession, as you say?
Never allow fear to hold you back, right? If our ancestors were fearful of their lives being taken in order to stand up for what they believed in, then we wouldn't have nearly the freedom and rights that we have today, right? So a lot of my students are going into a field that I teach, are going into a field that has been predominantly male, white driven.
Yeah.
And most of my students are Black females. So I teach them, don't you become afraid. Don't you allow fear or being in the minority to stop you from going after everything that you feel belongs to you, or to hinder you from reaching those monetary goals that you've set, right? And so I love that part of it. I love being able to let these ladies know, because most of my students are African-American females. Let them know that if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And we will not. You can say I'm a little anxious because it's new for me, but don't you use the word fear.
Absolutely. How often do you teach these classes, and where can people sign up, those who are not in the know?
Absolutely. So the web address is masterclasswithmelody.com. I've been teaching since June of 2020, created over 1,000 entrepreneurs to date. And I usually teach them about every 2 months because the course is 5 weeks long. So we meet on Mondays for about an hour. They get a one-on-one with me every week as well. And it's a 5-week course. So after I do 5 weeks, I take a little break and then I usually start another one up.
Okay. Can you talk about some of the things that you teach in this masterclass with Melody?
Absolutely, sure. So property preservation is what I teach. And it's an industry, like I said, that had been kept from us for a long time. So when you talk about stepping out into things that are new, stepping out and doing things that are considered deja vu or different and not being afraid, right? So property preservation is managing foreclosed properties for banks. So my students are actually the ones who are performing the evictions, they're doing the lock changes, they're maintaining the lawn until the bank sells that foreclosed property, they're repairing and taking care of any vandalism, any storm damage, fire damage, theft, and all of that may happen on the foreclosed property as well. They're doing all of that for the banks and getting paid to do so. And so I have students all across the nation. I've had students from Cali all the way to New York to Florida, everywhere, because it is taught via Zoom and foreclosures are everywhere. And I tell people all the time, there will always be foreclosure activity because people die, people lose jobs, people get divorces, and sometimes people just walk away from their homes because they want to start a new life, right? So foreclosures have always been present and they'll always continue to be present.
I see. And what are some of the things, and you may have already touched upon this, some of the things that you're teaching them while you're in this class that is related to the class, but not necessarily? For example, you might be teaching them how to persevere. You might be teaching them how to overcome obstacles, how to rebound from disappointment. What are some of the things that are also being taught during the class?
So sometimes my students may apply for their first company for their contract, and maybe there's not work in their area with that company, and they may say, oh, such and such just denied me. And I say, okay, on to the next one. So let's apply to the next company, right? So you don't allow disappointment or a denial to cause you to become stagnant. You've got to be ready to move on to what's next. Okay, the next one then, okay? And so that's part of it, because I always tell them what's for you is for you. And if you are operating in divine alignment, everything that's supposed to be aligned with you will happen, right? And
so I do want to pause here because I remember something that Melody said. She said that, she was going to try and pray for her enemies. And I pushed back a little bit because I'm like, Mel, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Why are you praying for your enemies when those enemies don't even want you to do well? Because what have we heard before? Be careful who you allow to pray for you, because now everybody's praying for you good. And so when Melody talked about fear, I understand what she means, right? The clearer your mind is, the more focused your mind is, right? But to not ever experience fear, to me, I think, in the words of Shannon Sharp, is bull jive. That doesn't mean that what Melody said wasn't right. I fully agree. In order for you to achieve everything that you want to do in life, you have to have a no hold barred mentality of, I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I know if I don't do nothing, which I'm not doing nothing now, that I'm not going to make it. So just a little opposition, a little pushback, a little different point of view on fear, because sometimes I wonder about Melody, especially when she does those 8-hour TikTok stuff, does she ever have fear to keep up not just the demand, but the propensity of energy it takes to meet this space that she's created for herself? And I think that, if you got to talk to Melody, if you got to talk to any celebrity one-on-one, they will tell you, like, listen, I try my very best not to have a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and sound mind. But let me tell you something, that fear does, clash with my love, power, and my sound mind sometimes. And it's okay to recognize that just because we're struggling doesn't mean we're not on a rise. So just wanted to add that to the timeline here. We're almost done, everybody. Great interview, by the way, from Mr. Terry Rumshire from GoingOut.com.
And so, of course, I have some students, they've never started a business before. So in my class, they're creating LLCs, they're getting business insurance. We're doing all this in the class. And so even being able to talk to them, teach them, and walk them through that. How do you create your LLC? What website do you go? Your Secretary of State website to do that. So if you're interested, sign up, masterclasswithmelody.com, and we'd love to have you.
I see. Do you have a set number of people that you teach on during each session or each course?
I would say the largest class that I've had was 190 students about 2-3 years ago.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
But you usually don't go over that.
No, I've never gone over 190.
Okay.
No.
Because that sounds like that's a large class. You know?
That was a lot. It was a lot of students. That was my largest class. I'm teaching the class right now. We have 45 students in this one.
Okay. So that sounds like a university. It's almost like a university course.
Yes.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm
Pretty
saying?
much,
Like,
you know.
Yeah, the teacher in front, and it's an auditorium filled with students.
That part. But you know what I love? I think it's so awesome, and what I enjoy is being able to, you know, still run my businesses and do all those things I enjoy doing, but also being able to do my first love as well. My students are just different. You know, I taught middle school, so my students were once 12 and 13-year-olds. Now my students are adults, right? But I'm still getting a chance to be in that process of helping people change their lives and be the best they can be. Because when I went into the classroom, I was 22 years old, right? I just turned 22, teaching middle school. And that was my thing. I wanted students to be able to see a teacher who looked like them, being successful, taking care of themselves, you know, challenging them to be their best. And so I'm getting to do that right now still.
No, absolutely. And in the process, by providing a service, you're able, I guess the universe is making room for you financially. And I guess that's the epitome of the American dream, is to provide a service and to make a good living in return. And then, you know, two sets of entities get to grow at once. The people you're teaching as well as you.
Absolutely. What a beautiful exchange is that?
Yeah, exactly. So, which segues into my next question in regards to, will we see Melody Shari back on TV? Will she, you know, coming out with a book? What is she starting another business? What is Melody Shari doing right now?
I would say stay tuned, keep following.
Wait a minute now. I'm gonna have to get you, Terry, because I remember Donnie saying Melody, and everybody was it was Melanie. So everybody got on Donnie about Melody. So it's Melody Shari, but actually he didn't pronounce it correctly because it's Melody Shari Lee. You know, for those of you who know, you know, it's a joke, okay? But let's roll on.
Following me, I am always throwing a curveball, but I will say this to you, you know, because I've said this anyway on my own social media. In regards to television per se, I am definitely enjoying being able to be free to do the things I enjoy doing. I thank God every day that I'm not in a position to where I feel like sometimes we're always hit with the what's next. Like you always got to be on what's next. And I just kind of thank God that I'm in a position to where I don't have to rush and try to hurry up and get back on television because I need a check from TV. You know, so I thank God for that, that He has positioned me in a way.
TV is a double-edged sword.
Correct. Absolutely is. And so I'm just thankful that He has positioned me to a place where I can move literally at the beat of my own drum.
That's what's up. So how do people who aren't privy follow you, or if they haven't been on point as much in terms of following people so that they can follow their success? Where do they follow you at?
Absolutely. So I am on Facebook and Instagram, Melody Shari, MELODYSHARI. And then I am on TikTok as well, Melody Shari 11. So I would love for you to follow me there so you can stay up to date with everything that I have going on. And also I do several things a lot. I do giveaways. I do community events where I do food giveaways here in the community regularly also. So yes, please follow me.
No, absolutely. So Melody Shari, thank you for taking time to speak with me. Thank you for absolutely breaking down the events of the 60th anniversary of Selma, and just being grateful for the people who provided a pathway for you not to have to experience what your mom experienced and your mom's generation. And then you're able to pass it on, like you said, to make the next generation better than this one, and so on and so on, and keep it going, keep going
that's
up.
That's what we're supposed to do. You better believe it.
Absolutely. So blessings to your businesses, and blessings to your future endeavors. And stay tuned, audience. We may see her in the near future, maybe the distant future, back on TV. Who knows? But for right now, just follow her on Melody Shari on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye, y'all.
And that is Melody Shari Rogers, or Melody Shari Lee right there. A great interview from RollingOut.com and Terry Rupshire. They're talking about the 60th anniversary of the 1965 Selma to Montgomery March, and also too, showcasing the range of the totality of who Melody Shari is as a person. All right, y'all. More virtual tour live coming up. More Brain Lee's virtual tour live coming up right from this space right here and right now. From USA Today, 6 dead after small plane crashes in upstate New York. Cause under investigation. A small plane crashed in upstate New York, killing all 6 people on board, officials said. Coming just days after a helicopter plummeted into the Hudson River. The Mitsubishi MU-2B was headed to Columbia County Airport in Hudson, New York, when it crashed in an open field near Copake. Sorry if I'm butchering that, to that small town there. A small town located about 20 miles southeast of the airport around 12:15 p.m. local time, so that's Eastern Standard Time, on April 12th, the Federal Aviation Administration said in a statement, the FAA. The aircraft went down on Two Town Road near Copake and did not damage any structures. Under Sheriff Jacqueline Salvatore said at a news conference, there were no survivors of the crash. With all 6 being removed from the scene, National Transportation Safety Board member Todd Inman confirmed at a news conference on April 13th. Inman said that some of the victims' family members said the passengers included those traveling to the Columbia Airport to visit relatives for a holiday celebration. Lord Jesus. Prayers up to everybody involved. Good Lord. The New York Times and the Associated Press cited a family statement reported that the 6 victims included doctors, 2 of their children, and their children's partners. The group was on a trip for a birthday celebration in the Passover holiday, according to the news organizations. So Passover, Easter. Among the victims were Karina Groff, her father, Dr. Michael Groff, her mother, Dr. Joy Sani, her brother, Jared Goff, Alexis Cortez Durrett, Jared Goff's partner, and Karina Goff's boyfriend, James Toronto, the New York Times and the Associated Press reported. Probable cause under investigation be obtained by officials show that the aircraft was intact before crashing at a high rate of descent into the ground. And then said probable cause of the crash is under investigation by the FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office has also launched its own investigation. Our mission is to understand not just what happened, but why it happened, and to provide recommendations for it to not happen again, Inman said. Inman urged anyone with footage of the crash to email NTSB, the National Transportation Safety Board, at witness@ntsb.gov. We are actively investigating a fatal plane crash on Two Town Road in the town of Copake, New York. Salvatore said, we do not know what happened at this time. Salvatore estimated that the investigation would take a couple of days, knowing that accessibility was difficult because the plane was in the middle of a muddy field. I think a twister the movie Twister, and just, my Lord. You know what's really sad about all this? I think that this is really the first time that America is seeing that everything that we thought didn't matter always mattered. We just didn't know the significance of why they needed to matter. The NTSB will hold a press conference at 6 p.m. Eastern, April 13th, which was yesterday, to provide additional details about the investigation. 6 killed after plane crashes into Hudson River. A Spanish family of 5, including 2 adults and 3 children, and a pilot were killed when their helicopter crashed upside down the Hudson River while on an aerial sightseeing tour in New York City. The single-engine Bell 206 helicopter operated by sightseeing company New York Helicopter crashed shortly after 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 10th. The cause of the crash is under investigation. So there is the helicopter right there. Yeah, that's gone. That is gone. 4 were pronounced dead at the scene, while 2 others were taken to area hospitals where they died. Officials told USA Today 5 Spaniards from the same family, 3 of them children, and the pilot have lost their lives. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said on Twitter, "I sympathize with the victims' loved ones at this heartbreaking time." This story was updated to add new information and video, contributing Ty Nugent from USA Today. Well, first of all, prayers up to everybody involved. Like I said, this is the part of doing this job that is not the easiest to do. I love the purposeful diversity we have over here. I love the unity and community we have. And I love the fact that we don't mind taking swings and covering what the minority of the culture is talking about in the background, right? But there are times where covering a story like this, it really does give you this sinking feeling of like, how in the world could we go from Black excellence with Melody Shari talking about the 60th anniversary of the 1965 Selma to Montgomery March in Alabama, to this horrific story of a plane crash in New York. And I think that is the crux of where we are. Ever since 2020, I think everybody's mental vision has been seen in so many ways, whether you're wearing rose-colored glasses, whether you are taking them off to really see everything, whether you're putting in, contacts with a certain color, or certain, not a certain color, but a certain description, to use Pam's words. Y'all remember Pam's place to play, I got a description, but with a prescription that allows your vision to be blurred so you can have your mental together. It really is heartbreaking to bring you this story. Prayers up to everybody involved, into that small town in New York, and to New York in general. Much love, prayers, and support to each and every single one of you. So some more updates here from abcnews.com. Tourist helicopter that crashed into the Hudson did not have a flight record, so it did not have a manifest. So the manifest tells you about, who was on the plane, how long the plane was in the air, and other details. As divers, okay, guess I can't zoom in. There we go. Okay, here we go. As divers continue to use side-scanning sonar to search the Hudson River for wreckage from the helicopter crash that unalived 6 people, the National Transportation Safety Board said the aircraft was not equipped with any flight recorders. No onboard video records or camera records have been recovered, and none of the helicopter's avionics on board recorded information that could be used for the investigation, the agency said in an investigation update Saturday evening. According to the NTSB, the helicopter had its last major inspection on March 1st. On the day of the crash, the helicopter had performed 7 tour flights. It was on its 8th flight when the accident occurred, per the NTSB. And there is the helicopter. My Lord Jesus. The main fuselage, including the cockpit and cabin and the forward portion of the tail boom, the horizontal stabilizer finlets, and the vertical fin have all been recovered, according to the agency. Some of these will be sent to the NTSB lab in Washington, D.C. for further inspection, the agency said. Divers on Saturday were still working to recover more pieces of the helicopter, including the main rotor, main gearbox, tail rotor, and a large portion of the tail boom. Recovery operations in the river will continue on Sunday, which was yesterday. The NTSB said family on board was SEMA executive Oscar Escobar, 49, his wife Mercy Caporni, Montero, 39, and their children, ages 4, 8, and 10, officials said. The family came. Yep, this is the one. Okay. Just want to make sure. The family came to New York City to join Escobar, who was in the United States for a business trip, according to Jersey City Mayor Fulop. The family died one day before the 8-year-old's birthday, according to New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Jesus. Also on the live was the pilot, 38-year-old Sini Sam Johnson, officials said. There's the pilot there. Johnson, who has served in the military, accumulated 788 hours of total flight time, NTSB said. Johnson was an amazing man, said Matt Kyler, his friend from the Navy and fellow helicopter pilot. Thursday's deadly crash occurred at 3:17 p.m., just over 15 minutes into the flight. Officials said the helicopter reached the George Washington Bridge before turning south and crashed, officials said. ABC News, Leah Sarnoff, Sam Sweeney, and Erica Borda contributed to this report. And finally, everybody, here's an update here. New York helicopter tour shutters operations after deadly crash on the Hudson River. This comes to us from WABC Eyewitness News in New York City. Lower Manhattan, WABC New York helicopter tours, the company involved in the deadly crash on the Hudson River, shut down operations immediately, the Federal Aviation Administration says, of the FAA. The FAA also says they will continue to support the NTSB, will be launching a mini review of the tour's operating license and safety record. Meanwhile, investigators still don't know what caused the chopper to crash. This is coming to us from the FAA on Twitter. The FAA statement: New York helicopter tours, the company involved in the deadly crash on the Hudson earlier this week, is shutting down their operations immediately. We continue to support at NTSB's investigation. Additionally, the FAA will be launching the investigation. New York, Senator Chuck Schumer urged federal authorities to revoke the company's operating certificate until the investigation to the crash is complete. The FAA has to do more. They must get serious about cultures across the helicopter tour industry that overhauling safety standards of tour operators like New York Helicopter and Fly Nyan is where to start, he said. Recovery operations resumed after the divers with the New York Police Department spent off weekend searching the reservoirs for more wreckage from the crash. So far, the cockpit, cabin, and part of the helicopter's tail have been recovered. According to the NTSB, crews are using a sonar system to scan the seafloor for potential locations of other wreckage, including the aircraft's main rotor. Officials are seeking answers to the cause of the craft coming apart mid-air before plunging into the river off Jersey City on Thursday. The family of 5 from Spain, along with the helicopter's 36-year-old pilot, all died in the crash. The victims include passengers Augustine Escobar, 49, his wife, Mercy Caproni Mortal, 39, and their 3 children, Victor, 4, Mercedes, 8, and Augustine, 10. Mercedes will have turned 9 on Friday, officials said. On Saturday night, the NTSB said the helicopter that crashed was not equipped with any flight records. The agency said no onboard video records or camera records have been recovered, and none of the helicopter avionics on board recorded information that could be used for the investigation. NTSB investigators met with representatives from the aircraft's operator, New York Helicopter Charter Incorporated, to review operational records and safety management systems. Officials say the accident helicopter's last major inspection was March 1st. Before the crash, the helicopter had completed 7 tour flights. The accident occurred during the 8th flight of the day. And so this looks like a sea cushion that washed up along the Jersey City and Hoboken coast. Investigators have begun evaluating the flight control systems of the helicopter at a secure location. New York City Mayor Eric Adams was joined by Joran Capuri, the brother of Mercy Capuri Martinello, in a press conference Saturday afternoon. They left together. They left without suffering. They left with a smile on their faces. He said he wants to remember the family that way as well. Capuri said that this is a difficult time for their family. They are grateful for the support they have received from Spain, Catalonia, the United States, New York, New Jersey, and Siemens. The family wishes to move the bodies to Spain soon so they can rest in peace together. Adams added that he dropped flowers as a symbiotic gesture for the lives lost in the helicopter crash, including Sean Johnson, who was in the Navy. He fought to defend his country. Said Adams, our words cannot bring back their family members, but it is our way. It is our way of saying, as New Yorkers, we stand united with his family during this moment of grief. Adams said, their grief is our grief, their sorrow is our sorrow. Who were the victims? Augustine Escobar, executive at Siemens, was in the New York area on business, and his family flew in to meet him for a few days. Stephen Fulop, mayor of Jersey City, New Jersey, wrote in a post on Twitter photos of the helicopter's company website show the couple and their children smiling just before takeoff. I'm sure it would appear right here. In a statement posted on the social platform Twitter on Friday by Joe Caproni, Montano's brother, family members said there were no words to describe what they are experiencing. These are very difficult times, but optimism and joy have always characterized our family. We want to keep the memory of a happy and united family of the sweetest moment of their lives, he said. They have departed together, leaving an indelible mark among all their relatives, friends, and acquaintances. The pilot was Sikanese Johnson, 36, a United States Navy veteran who received his commercial pilot license in 2023. He had logged about 800 hours of flight time as of March. Jennifer Harmony, the chair of the National Transportation Safety Board, told reporters Friday. In the summer 2023, Johnson announced on Facebook that he was flying a helicopter to fight fires for a Montana-based firm. In March this year, he changed his profile to an image of him piloting a helicopter with a view of the One World Trade Center in the Manhattan skyline in the background. What may have caused the crash, the NTSB would not speculate on the cause of the crash so early in the investigation. The video shared with eyewitness news show pieces of the helicopter breaking apart and crashing into the water. Officials say the helicopter hit the water inverted without a tail rotor or main rotor blade.
Got this brand new video that actually shows the helicopter falling out of the sky. It's very much the way we've been described by the eyewitnesses. We're going to freeze it again before it hits the water. But John, if you're with us, can you tell us what you see when you look at this video?
Well, what I see, those of us that work in the business, and I've been in this for 30 years, and all of the news helicopter crews in New York City, we're all based together. So of course we go out and we compete, but we all know each other, but we all share the same vocation and the same passion for flying. And that video that you're showing is chilling to all of us. I see that video and I see that still frame and I see the aircraft with no tail rotor on it. I see the aircraft with no main rotor blade on it, and I see the aircraft upside down.
What could cause something like that, John?
I mean, that is catastrophic.
And whatever happened, Liz, happened fast. You know, for an aircraft to come apart like that in the air, it would be such a stress on the airframe that would cause it to come apart on its own, or it would be an impact with something that might cause a chain reaction. And we don't want to speculate, and we all get on the air and we say we're not going to speculate, and then we speculate because that's what happens in air accidents like this. But you see that freeze frame, and again, for those of us that make our living in the business, it's chilling because that is the absolute worst case scenario. The pilot of that aircraft had no chance to take any kind of emergency actions as the aircraft went into the water.
Thank you so much, Eyewitness News, for that context there. I want to see something. Let's see here. So here is and this is why I get pissed, because there's real shit going on out here in the world. And I have said it time and time again. It is so sad that us as a society can guzzle down reality television and entertainment more than being aware that there's real shit going on. Here's the family here. Beautiful looking family there. And that was them before they took off there. So, Lord, and that was just heartbreaking, babe. I mean, you guys saw it there. I mean, you know, with a helicopter, there's this blade here, and then of course the blades here, right? So the fact that both of those, and it was just like I don't even know how to, that would be like a drone getting hit and you see the drone just spinning out of control. Just heartbreaking. Whew, my Lord. NTSB Chair Jeff Normandy acknowledged that the helicopter breaking apart midway is breaking apart midair is a serious concern, but stressed more investigation is necessary to determine why. They are looking into the witness reports of the flock of birds at the time of the crash and all other reports. The NTSB asked members of the public with any information to submit pictures and videos to witness at ntsb.gov. That's WITNESS at ntsb.gov. Holmandy said the helicopter's main and rear rotors, transmission, roof, and tail structures have still not been found as of Friday. We are very factual, and we will provide that in due course, she said. Justin Green, aviation lawyer and former Marine Corps helicopter pilot, said videos of the crash suggest that catastrophic mechanical failure left the pilot with no choice to save the aircraft. It is possible the helicopter's main rotors struck the tail boom, breaking it apart, causing the cabin to free fall, Green said. They were dead as soon as whatever happened. Green said there's no indication that they had any control over the aircraft. The pilot could have prevented that accident once they lost the lifts. It's like a rock falling to the ground. It's heartbreaking. Concerns about sightseeing helicopters, accidents, and noise caused by helicopters have repeatedly led some community activists and officials to propose banning or restricting air traffic at Manhattan heliports. Four said tours are constant and occurring in a busy, very heavily trafficked area. He hopes that this will increase the dialogue and decrease traffic. Hopefully this brings some more attention to it. The fact that the fact beyond just noise, you have real safety concerns for upset. The FAA says they're temporarily halting operations around the Hudson River crash site. The skies over Manhattan are routinely filled with planes and helicopters, private recreational aircraft, commercial tourist flights. Manhattan has several helipads from which business executives and others are whisked away to destinations throughout the metropolitan area. At least 38 people have been unalived in helicopter accidents in New York City since 1977. A collision between a plane and tourist helicopter over the Hudson in 2009 unalived 9 people. 5 died in 2018 when a charter helicopter offered open-door flights went down into the East River. Why would you offer open-door flights? Like, no. Seriously, no. New York Helicopters also owned a Bell 206 that lost power made emergency landing on the Hudson during a sightseeing tour in June of 2023. The pilot managed to land safely. He and the passengers, a family of 4 Swedes, I think it's Swedish, were injured. The National Transportation Safety Board found that maintenance flub and engine lubrication not only led to the power cutoff. Thursday's crash was the first for a helicopter in the city since one hit the roof of the skyscraper in 2019, unaliving the pilot. Some information from ABC News and the Associated Press. I will play these 2 videos here. This is the Jersey Mayor Stephen Fulop on the investigation. Oh my Lord.
The investigation into this deadly helicopter crash is going to be in the hands of Jersey City officials. So obviously we wanted to bring in Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop to talk more about this. So we do appreciate you taking the time to talk to us because we know that you're very busy right now. What can you tell us about what your teams have learned about this crash specifically?
Oh, look, I mean, we resumed this morning the diving, looking for parts of the helicopter, and that'll take some time. Obviously, the conditions weren't great yesterday, and that'll resume. But, you know, the larger picture is kind of just what a tragic story it is. I mean, they were celebrating the mom's 40th birthday. They were very excited. They extended a business trip where the husband was here on Sunday and Monday. And it's just really, really, really a sad story the more you learn about it.
No, it's absolutely terrible. You've been in contact with the family. Have you been speaking to them? He was, of course, a major part of Siemens, the company over in Spain. Have you been talking to the company as well?
So we spoke to the company this morning. They flew over an executive last night. I spoke with him this morning. We're working with them to help facilitate the medical examiner's release of the deceased so they could return back to Spain. The brother-in-law, so the mom or wife's brother is en route this morning from Spain to the United States. So he was just on text message, and I'm sure we'll connect when he lands. And at that point, they're going to start more notification for loved ones. And then, of course, I don't think they've released the name yet of the pilot because they're still notifying next of kin there.
And what are your thoughts on these tourist helicopters? We know this is not the first deadly crash.
Yeah, I think the reality is that you have to have some restrictions. I mean, it's a very congested airspace between Newark Airport, LaGuardia, JFK, and then you have all the news helicopters, you have the transport helicopters, and then the tourist helicopters. And I think any reasonable person would say it's very, very busy on the ground and it's very, very busy in the air, and some common sense restrictions make sense. Probably, you know, if you think about it practically, you're going to have the news helicopters there, and you're going to have the commercial airlines there. So you got to really think about restrictions on the tourist side, and that makes sense for anybody that lives in the area here.
Finally, where do we stand with the investigation? Are the NTSB there? Other federal agents?
Yeah, the NTSB is here, and they will, I believe, do a press conference later today. They've communicated that to us. And, you know, we're in communication with them. So it's overlapping between the NYPD, the Jersey City Police Department, the Port Authority, and the federal agencies. So it's a real tragic situation. We're going to try and get answers as quickly as we can.
Well, we appreciate you taking time to talk with us. We know you're focused on this investigation along with the NTSB and Jersey City officials working in conjunction with New York officials as well. Thank you so much, Jersey City Mayor.
So I just want to say this. I think y'all saw it and I saw it. Ooh, I'm going to try to breathe. to live in 2025, to see in New York's #1 market a all-black anchor team makes my heart full. Now, of course, they could use Braylon Lee. I mean, I'm just, it's too beautiful, gorgeous, and very, very comforting black women there. I was going to say vivacious, but it's 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. But I think people tend to forget the mental health of news anchors and reporters and the cameramen and women and the grips and the lights and the editors. While it is a privilege to do this job of journalism, commentary, it can get heavy. Like I said, I'll never forget, Brainley Morning Show is the main dream. Internationally syndicated weekday mornings, 5 to 10 a.m. But I had a dream of being on Good Morning America with Robin Roberts because she is top tier. And I was back home in Arkansas. I'll never forget, was me and my mom, we were sitting on my big mother's couch watching Good Morning America. And to see Sandy Hook bowing, I said to my mom, I don't think I could be an anchor on GMA. I really don't. And I had to really be still with myself of how do I navigate the industry that I love, where I'm not in control of what may be talked about. I'm not in control of how to navigate being a storyteller. I mean, if you really think about it, as much as 47 and his administration and supporters don't like the media is the fourth estate of government to keep the legislative, judicial, executive branches in power. And without communication, there is no world. And so remember something that my mom said when I was at Kent State, because I was debating on, broadcast journalism, because I sucked at news writing and communication grammar review. And my mom said, it's not that you're not going to be on TV, you're just going to go in a different direction. And then Michael Strahan got on Good Morning America. He didn't want to do GMA at first. He said, I'm not an anchor. And ABC said to him, well, people want the news from people that they can relate to. And so I was able to rest and be still and have a peaceful mind to know that while I may not know AP style, while I may not be the best editor in the world, that doesn't mean that I still can't be an orator of comfort, of peace, and of understanding, to meet people right where they are, to let them know, well, hey, guess what? I am mentally freaking out just like you. But you put your trust in me more than enough to help me help you through. So the least I can do is bring you the energy that you deserve, even if I don't have it for myself. We're going to take a break. I can't even play that right now. We're going to take a break. And hopefully after that, we'll play that. We'll be back. We're live on tour, y'all. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Back, man.
Power 923 Jams and the Arkansas Minority Health Commission encourages you to take the COVID-19 vaccine to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Involved in our community, the People Station, Power 923 Jams, KIPR Pine Bluff, Little Rock, KFOG Little Rock, a Cumulus Media Station. And now, back to the Jams. Hip Hop. Drake.
Girls want girls where I'm from. Yeah, well, girls want girls where
R&B. J. Howell.
Just 'cause I love you and you love me.
And now, bumping back-to-back continuous music with another fresh new jam. Heard here first on the People Station, Power 923 Jams. Power 923.
Introducing a water theme park like no other. Universal's Volcano Bay. A relaxing tropical oasis where every carefree moment is inspired by the belief that water is life, and life is joy. This is where you'll make the most of every splash, every scream, every breathtaking thrill. Welcome to a new kind of vacation paradise. Welcome to Universal's Volcano Bay, the third amazing theme park at Universal Orlando Resort.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good.
Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh. Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's virtual tour live. Woo, man. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. We talked about Melody Shari at the top of the show. She did an interview with Terry Upshire from RollingOut.com talking about the 60th anniversary of the 1965 Selma to Montgomery March in Alabama. So we talked about that, and then we just got done talking about a small plane crash that happened this past weekend, and gave you a little bit of insight to how heavy the crown of journalism can be for everybody who is out there doing it the best that they can. Play this. Hopefully it's not too long, and then we'll roll on.
Dan dug into reports about this specific helicopter and found one report filed with the FAA last September showing the chopper had a problem with metal in the transmission oil. There aren't any reports publicly available showing what happened after that.
And we want to dig a little bit deeper into that investigation and bring in our own aviation expert here, Newscopter 7's John Del Giorno. John, thank you so much for being here. How could this have happened? I mean, that's what we're all thinking at this time. And have you ever seen anything like this in your 30 years of experience before?
Not like this, not exactly like this. The first thing that struck me yesterday was the fact that the aircraft was shedding parts. It was disintegrating in the air, and it's not something I've ever seen before without an impact with another object. That other object could be another aircraft, a bird, a drone, but we haven't heard any signs of that. It looks like this was the only airborne object involved in this accident. So what would cause an aircraft, a helicopter, similar to Newscopter 7 that's behind me? The aircraft, the Bell 206 and the Bell 407 that we have, they're kind of cousins. They're very similar. What would cause something like that to come apart in the air? An impact of some sort or a catastrophic mechanical failure. But the way it came apart left the pilot with no control, and it's really a tragic situation.
Tragic and puzzling, because you said the Bell 206 is up there for safety, did you not?
It is. It's the technology of the Bell 206 in the helicopter community, we call it, it's like the Chevy Nova of helicopters. That technology dates back to the 1960s. And it's not to say that it's old technology. That means that the technology was so good on that aircraft that Bell has been producing it that long. The Bell 407 that we have is kind of a new improved version of the Bell 206. They just took the design and they advanced it a little farther. But the Bell 206 is still out there. It's still very popular, and it's a very safe aircraft. Its safety record's pretty good.
And John, we just spoke with Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop about this. And what do you think specifically about these sightseeing tours?
Yeah, sightseeing has always been a touchy subject in our industry, and it dates back for the whole 30 years of my career. Sightseeing brings some real concerns. It's a lot of it's about noise and nuisance, and that's a real concern. There's a safety element to it as well. But the whole helicopter industry, and especially the sightseeing industry, is very responsive because they know, being totally honest, they know that there is a group of people trying to shut them down. Yeah. So they respond to requests. Years ago, they opted to move all of the tours off of the island of Manhattan so that they weren't over any groups of people. The tours now stay over the water. They stopped flying from East 34th Street. They stopped flying from West 30th Street. They only fly now from Wall Street, and they're on prescribed routes, and they stay at prescribed altitude. So in the business, we say fly neighborly. You're trying to control that noise and that risk, and the helicopter community responds. I was thinking today, even the news helicopter community, we need to be aware. We're based out of New Jersey. There are noise-sensitive areas in Staten Island that we avoid. As a matter of fact, years ago in Newscopter 7, we used to cover the concerts in Central Park for Good Morning America. We stopped doing that, and that was out of response to noise concerns on the Upper East Side and the Upper West Side. It was a fly neighborly decision that the station made and that ABC made that said, you know what, we don't need to make all that noise out there. So the helicopter community is very involved. This is going to take that conversation another step.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, at the heart of this, a tragedy has occurred. It's the most puzzling thing to happen. So obviously, we're going to stay on top of it and until this investigation is complete. John, thank you. Lot to stay on top of as we continue to follow this continually developing story. For the latest, just head to ABC7NY or download our news app to get the updates on the go.
Thank you to you there. All right, y'all. Let's get into some Disney news, shall we? Because, buddy, Epic Universe is on the way, and I don't think they're ready. Let's take a look.
Epic Universe is opening, and the Walt Disney Company needs a huge response. But a big problem is stopping that response, perhaps. There may be no brand new Fifth Gate theme park. Expansions already announced could be delayed or canceled entirely. And it's all because of those Chinese tariffs, exploding the cost of trying to buy anything from China. And now Disney may not be able to afford a response to their biggest competitor in the Sunshine State. Hello, folks. The world of Disney is now no longer perhaps dominating the world we live in. That's right. Walt Disney World Resort is the king of theme parks, but now Universal Studios could take that away. Epic Universe is a step forward, a major leap in terms of what people can expect out of a theme park, so much so that it makes everything at Disney look absolutely dated, as if it came from a century ago, and in some cases, it just about did. Now Disney needs to respond, but that will cost a lot of money, and that cost may have actually doubled in the last few days. Prohibitively expensive. And now we're hearing that Disney may not even be able to source the supplies to keep their current stuff running. We'll tell you about it. Click the like button, and here we go. Folks, here we go. Take a look at it. It's Out of That Park Place by me. It's Disney World's potential response to Epic Universe could be utterly crippled by Chinese tariff escalations.
Oh, yeah.
Devastating the company. Here's what we've got. And by the way, the Chinese tariffs are now astronomically high. Universal Studios' new Epic Universe theme park is indeed incredible. It eclipses by far anything Disney has to offer. But thoughts that Disney could begin building a response for the next 5 years may all be dashed away by the new Chinese tariffs. For Bob Iger, it could be a devastating blow to his legacy. The recent escalation in tariffs between the United States and China poses significant challenges for companies like the Walt Disney Company, particularly concerning the expansion and maintenance of their domestic theme parks. The construction or even expansion of new theme park assets domestically would likely lean heavily on Chinese imports, which could be double the cost for years to come. Setting aside Disney's complacent manner in which they allowed their biggest competitor to outclass them in Orlando significantly without any immediate response, the Magic Kingdom now faces a possible reality in which they can't afford to even respond late. In contrast, Universal Studios' timely opening of its Epic Universe theme park has fortuitously shielded it from these financial strains. Might be why Bob Iger is warning about the impact of tariffs and stopping by ABC News to tell the staff all about it. Why? Because he's got a lot to lose. China has imposed an 84% tariff on U.S. goods, but that's nowhere even close. I think we're at like 120% plus on goods coming in from China to the United States. Now, what that means is that for Disney, well, construction costs could explode, and that means they may actually have to stop some of these expansion plans. Bob Iger is already talking about it. It says, in contrast, Universal Studios is poised to benefit from the timing of its new theme park, Epic Universe, which is scheduled to open on May 22nd. Why? Because it's already built. They avoided the tariffs. Now we're hearing, by the way, from sources that Disney is actually even having trouble sourcing.
What if the lottery was on your phone? With real tickets.
Materials for things like existing animatronics, because it's really hard to get items now from China.
Yeah.
I want to show you this. This is from Jay Drunk 3PO over at Park Hoppin'. This is a video of Epic Universe. I just want you to see Disney needs to compete with this. But now Disney is going to have to pay double or triple for many of the goods that necessarily come from China in order to do this. Here we go.
Go get birds.
Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the cue. That is the cue. That is the cue. It's about a 1.5. I think it's 1.2 miles long, but that is the cue. That's not the ride. That's just the pre-show to the show. Okay, let's roll on.
That's what Disney has to compete with. By the way, folks, that's not a ride. That's the line. That's the cue to the ride.
This is the cue for the Battle of the Ministry ride at Epic Universe's Ministry of Magic Harry Potter section of their theme park.
Let me go to Kevin first. Kevin, you know a vast amount of information about these sorts of things when it comes to theme parks and where the stuff for the theme parks comes from. Kevin, what do you think about the idea that Disney waited too late and now with these tariffs, it may be so expensive they can't respond to Epic Universe?
Absolutely. I think I said this yesterday. The one thing that I've learned is in the park business or attractions in general, your mindset needs to be focused on some kind of innovation or expansion or major improvement every 5 years. Mostly because You've got to go through the planning phase, and then by the time you go to execute, technology may have changed, the situation on the ground may have changed, and you've got to be able to adjust so that you can continue to move forward. Disney went out of their way to stop improving, to stop innovating, to stop repairing, to stop upskilling their people. So now, even if they want to do something, they are at minimum 15 years behind Universal. And now you add the tariffs on top of it. I personally am in the Mr. Wonderful camp where I say smash them with a 400% tariff. They break their backs. The lesson has to be learned. Disney is solely responsible for the hole they put themselves in. They made a choice. They chose poorly. They grabbed the wrong grail, and they're paying the price for it.
Well,
so I want to pause it there because we do have more virtual tour, but I want to bring this up because, as you all know, we take swings here that other channels don't. We had a Fifth Park town hall discussion here on Virtual Tour Live, and I said because Universal got Super Nintendo World. Hey, Cheryl Rose, good to see you, my friend, the one and only who calls me Moneybags. Good to see you, my friend. We had a Fifth Park conversation here, and I said that because Universal has Super Nintendo World, they were going to have to compete. Now, I said Astrobot from PlayStation would be huge, right? Astro's Thrill Park, because not Universal, but Disney World is not known for thrill rides. They're known for nostalgia and kids and sunshine and rainbows and I'm your pal Mickey Mouse. They're known for that. They don't recognize that kids grow up. So we talked about that. We talked about Epic Mickey. We talked about, and by the way, Epic Mickey is a video game series that brought Oswald the Lucky Rabbit back to Disney. For those of you who don't know, Disney's first character was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, not Mickey Mouse. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit got lost by Disney. There was a guy named Charles Mintz, and he was married to Martha Winkler, one of the, if not the only female distributor of cartoons at that time, back in the day. And so Bob Iger got a request from Diane Disney, the daughter of Walt Disney, can you please get Oswald back? And so Oswald was traded for Al Michaels, and that's how Epic Mickey came to be. So I'm like, you can do Epic Mickey. You could do Virtual Magic Kingdom, because that was a game. We talked about, what else did we talk about? We talked about Super Monkey Ball, which I love that game, and Sega has not really been in the parks. Now, of course, some of you are going to say, well, what about, Sonic the Hedgehog? Well, duh. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog could definitely give Tomorrowland an update for sure, but I think Sonic the Hedgehog has its own island. And then, of course, Funko Pops. Now, I told you about Funko Fusion. That was a video game made by 1010 Studios and also Universal Games. And you're probably wondering, well, Bray, why in the world would Funko and Disney team up? Because they have licensing for Disney characters, so it wouldn't be that hard to transition. So those were some of the worlds that we talked about there, obviously. And I have my own Paul Stitch's Thrills Your Oasis, which is like Stitch, Nana Quista, combined with thrill rides and technology. So, like I said, I think what the brother said there, what Kevin Apollo from WW Pro said was absolutely correct. So if you want to see that right here is that conversation. Just type in Disney Fifth Park, click that. I did that 10 months ago, way before we got into the weeds where we are now. And speaking of the Fifth Park conversation, here is something from CNN Travel. What the new park means for Universal's biggest competitor. With so much buzz around Universal's new park, industry experts are watching for Disney's response. Disney and Universal are in the greatest boxing match that they have ever been in at this point in time, and it's a slugfest. I would say it's a total TKO, to use Teddy Pendergrass's words, people. I believe that within 12 to 16 months, Disney will announce its fifth gate because it's necessary. Disney's is still the predominant leader in the theme park industry, has 4 theme parks on its Walt Disney World property in Central Florida, the last of which opened in 1998. For the moment, the company has a slew of new theme land attractions. One of the biggest one is Villain's Kingdom, or Villain's Land, right behind Big Thunder Mountain, then of course the Tropical Americas. We also covered the D23 updates about the theme parks on Virtual Tour Live as well, within existing parks, but no new theme park. Is Epic Universe going to put Disney out of business? Absolutely not. It's going to put a chick in their armor? Yes, it will. Spiegel said Universal's momentum has ramped up ever since it opened up the first area themes of the Harry Potter franchise in 2010. Here's the gag. Disney had dibs on Harry Potter first, and they turned it down. I wonder how Bob Iger and the team at Disney. Oh! And I'm just going to say this. I know that Bob Iger will be leaving Disney. Y'all need a financial CEO and a creative CEO. Y'all need that duo, okay? Y'all need a Michael Eisner and Frank Wells duo. By the way, rest in peace to Frank Wells. Frank Wells was the financial CEO of Disney, and he passed away in a ski accident. So yeah, in 2010, and its second park, second Orlando park, Islands of Adventure. Spiegel said Universal Orlando saw a 36% increase in attendance in the year that followed, the biggest one-year increase that he's ever seen in any park attendance in history. In Disney's 2024 fourth quarter earnings call, Hugh Johnston, chief financial officer of the Walt Disney Company, highlighted positive early bookings for the summer and said the history of other non-Disney parks over in Florida has been positive for Disney's bookings. Well, I mean, that's by association. That's not because y'all have anything that's worth coming to Disney World for. While that may be so, Stella believes to go family vacation where most of the time spent at Disney World with a small portion of the week at Universal may shift in the balance. So there is there. All right, y'all. So want to play this video from Anonymous T. Her content got reported for a disturbing reason. Let's tune in.
Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. That's for entertainment purposes only. None of this.
By the way, y'all, very quickly, just want to add this part, because, we always try to give everybody their credit. Spiegel, for those of you who don't know, that's what's Dennis Spiegel, owner and founder of consulting firm International Services. Okay, back to Anonymous. Here we go.
This is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous T. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous T Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, is at Anonymous Reality T. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes. And coming or going, hit the like button.
Say goodbye to loose shingles and leaky roofs with Klein Exteriors in just one day.
Hey all, I just got an email from YouTube that my last video that I did regarding Stormy and Gisela Cosmetics respond to each other, as y'all can see in the screenshot. I just got an email from YouTube that my video had been reported. And there had been an age restriction put on it. Now, age restriction, I can understand because I did warn that there was some vulgar language, there was some cursing. That I don't necessarily have an issue with. Where I have an issue is the why my video was reported. And keep in mind that this video was uploaded over 7 hours ago. And I just got this notification, you guys. And it had 2,400 views, right? The issue that I have is that my video was reported because it was saying that I was in violation of sex and nudity policy. And this is where I have an issue.
Pause. Does anybody remember when me and Shay Renee's channels went down for the same motherfucking ass reason? Anybody remember that shit? Now I know everybody is so I can't believe that she was taken down. She was just trying to feed somebody. Why y'all hating? Anonymous T don't bother no fucking damn body. Buttercream goes on your body. Okay? Body icing goes on your body. Listen. I am really sick of this fucking fake outrage from y'all fuckers, okay? That would be like going live in the middle of the day, middle of the afternoon, middle of the fucking night. You can't stand the person everybody talking about, but you play it on your live, right? And you allegedly say, I hope she gets deported. Then you say, y'all work for white people, this, that, and third, bring up every other culture. Basically being fucking racist. Then you go in the comments of that video you don't want to review and you get upset with other people because they got the right to have an opinion. But then you say, well, why can't they be in their clique and why can't we be in our clique? But yet you got a problem with some opposition. Anonymous C don't bother nobody. Whoever did that, fuck you, your existence, and everything that's fucking around you. That is fucking disgusting. And I hear Anonymous C's voice because usually she has a very upbeat, energetic voice. And I hear the sadness, the worry, and the just outright confusion. Until you do right by people, there ain't gonna be no beer in your canvas. Lord Jesus. Oh, y'all want to support somebody who got themselves turned off of their own fucking behavior. And last time I checked, I don't think it can really come back under anybody's YouTube channel because that's breaking guidelines. But y'all will support that bullshit. But you won't say what needs to be said about who's actually for us. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. That's why I said Issa Rae's statement of I'm running for everybody black was fucking stupid. Not that Issa Rae was stupid, but that statement was stupid. Respect, love, and consideration is a two-way fucking street. In order for you to get it, you gotta get it. In order for you to receive it right, you gotta give it. I'm gonna let the rest of it play.
Because when you read the policy, there's a video and there's an explanation.
Oh,
and it says
if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. If it doesn't fly, If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Because at some point in time, you can't keep blaming everybody else but for your own fucking bullshit. You know, Wife Jennings said when the rim stops spinning, all the gold digging women disappear. She'll still be here. So after you blame this, that, and the third, who's still around you for the bullshit? Let me figure words around back. After everything is said and done, after you blamed everybody, are those people still the reason? Or have you kept going with your own toxic behavior and you're hiding behind others because you can't own up to your fucking bullshit? Like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Let's roll.
Following, which I feel is not appropriate for my video, does not apply to my video. It says explicit content meant to be SEXUALLY gratifying is not allowed on YouTube. Posting pornography may result in content removal or channel termination. Videos containing fetish content will be removed or age restricted. In most cases, violent, graphic, or humiliating fetishes are not allowed on YouTube. If you find content that violates this policy, report it. Instructions for reporting violations of our community guidelines are available here. So this is my issue already, because I've never reported anybody. I've said plenty of times, if there's people's content that I'm not in agreement with or I don't see it for, I can easily just hide that person's channel and not even see their content. But I've never went through the lengths to actually report somebody. I've never reported anybody. I've never stricken anybody's channel. I've never doxed anybody. I just want to make that clear. So it says also in this policy, if you found a few videos or comments, and this is all relating to the nudity and sex violation, if you found a few videos or comments that you would like to report, you can report the channel. SEXUALLY explicit content featuring minors and content that SEXUALLY exploits minors is not allowed on YouTube. I didn't talk anything about any minors or anything SEXUALLY about.
You know, I really don't know, because honestly, if I was at YouTube, there would be some channels taken down. Abso-fucking-damn-lutely. And I mean channels of main channels and also channels of supporting other people who terminate YouTube guidelines. Their channel would be taken down. Backup and main. Does that offend you? Does that piss you the fuck off? Are you big man? I don't give a fuck. Because I remember when Captain Venus channel was taken down for no reason at all. It's not by accident. Just because you are, in the words of Linda from Wicked, popular, doesn't mean that you're valuable to the culture. Because we saw somebody who was popular had to pay $4 million fucking dollars because she couldn't keep her fucking mouth shut. Milagro scams, anybody? Megan Thee Stallion, and many other lawsuits, because people want to be seen by everybody but can't be humble enough to just stick to the assignment. Let's roll on.
We report content containing child SEXUAL ABUSE imagery to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, who work with global law enforcement agencies. So this is all why my video was reported, you guys. What this policy means to you. If you're posting content, explicit content that violates this policy can result in channel termination. This policy applies to real-world, dramatized, illustrated, and animated content, including SEX scenes, video games, and music. Don't post content on YouTube if it shows the depiction of clothed or unclothed private parts.
So since she's going down that, is it right for somebody to keep bullying somebody over a fucking lawsuit that didn't have shit to do with your ass? Is that right to cyberbully on YouTube? And because of that behavior, they got their own selves fucking terminated? Is that right? Is it right to put out conversations of somebody who wasn't in the best state mentally, and you caused destruction for a whole season of a reality show, and then backpedaling, pussy popping, dick popping, saying that you did nothing to that individual who's no longer here? Is that cool? Is it cool to call CPS on a content creator and their fucking child? See, y'all don't want to have this conversation. Y'all don't want to have it. Is it cool to make fun of somebody's disability and call them an intruder and bully? Y'all don't want to have the fucking conversation. What the fuck did I tell y'all asses? About my 5 statements? What did I tell y'all? By the time season 7 comes on TV, it's going to be season 8 on YouTube. There's something coming down the line that ain't nobody knowing about. Social media and the show are about to clash in a way that we've never seen before. That season poster looked like a final season poster. All will be revealed was not chosen by accident. And I did say that this was going to prove who's a real content creator and who ain't a real content creator. Didn't I say that shit? But y'all don't want to have the conversation. Oh, and let's not forget, is it wrong to disassociate yourself from being a fucking nymph from the devil? When you had that person that you could not stand and you were suing this, that, and the third, and you had them as a co-host on your channel? Uh-oh. 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 And then got big mad and posted something talking about Section 8 and disabilities and living in the mom's basement, this, that, and the third, but then took it down, though. And then said that this person was pansexual and this, that, and the third. Basically, being sexist to sexuality, being ableist to people with disabilities. And then they took their black bitch ass down to Winter Wonderland. But they still on the platform, though. Y'all don't want to have the conversation of standing up for what needs to be stood up for, but yet y'all will support this, that, and the third because you like them. Give me one moment, because I'm about to bring up that Oprah clip. Because this is what I'm seeing here. Because it don't make no damn sense. made no damn sense at all. Oh no. Y'all give me a, because I was gonna try to clip this show, but I'm like, no, we're gonna let this go because it's been time. It's been time for this conversation, and I've stayed away for a whole 2 months. Okay, at all. And I don't want to hear it's not your business. When Shay Renee went through what she went through, I called and texted every day. Did what I could behind the scenes. Same thing for Captain Venus. When T Talk and her son Anthony went through what they went through, called her every day, even on days where she did not want to hear from me. Not to mention being the dude of all dudes coming through for this damn sector. Trying to come through, invest, and uplift in every way I could with what I had. But Anonymous T and me are the bad. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. I'm about to play this Oprah clip because this clip is where the country and the world and people are right now. This is the status of who we are. And like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must fly. If it does not apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Now. Because, listen, hashtag a hit dog will holler. Here we go. This is from Greenleaf. I'm going to let it play for a couple of times, actually. Go ahead.
Tell me, you childless whore.
So to give y'all the context, let me refresh it real quick. So to give y'all the context, Lynn Whitfield, Lady May, is everybody who wants to avoid the truth because they allow lies. And this is everybody here, Mavis, Oprah, who ain't putting up with y'all bullshit. Here we go.
Tell me, you childless whore. What do you know about mother? You don't know a thing about motherhood. Who are you to take me to task like this? Who are you? Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you take your daughter to the police when Grace told you 20 years ago? Why didn't you? I'll tell you why. Because you're like everybody else. You don't want to believe it's your brother, your father, your son could do such a thing. So they looked the other way, and that's exactly what you did. You looked the other way. You know different than anybody else. You tell me, you childless whore. What do you know about mother? You don't know a thing about motherhood. Who are you to take me to task like this? Who are you? Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you take your daughter to the police when Grace told you 20 years ago? Why didn't you? I'll tell you why. Because you're like everybody else. You don't want to believe it's your brother, your father, your son could do such a thing. So they looked the other way, and that's exactly what you did. You looked the other way. You're no different than anybody else. You tell me, you childless whore. What do you know about mother? You don't know a thing about motherhood. Who are you to take me to task like this? Who are you? Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you take your daughter to the police when Grace told you 20 years ago? Why didn't you? I'll tell you why. Because you're like everybody else. You don't want to believe it's your brother, your father, your son could do such a thing. So they looked the other way, and that's exactly what you did. You looked the other way. You're no different than anybody else. You tell me, you childless whore. What do you know about mother? You don't know a thing about motherhood. Who are you to take me to task like this? Who are you? Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you take your daughter to the police when Grace told you 20 years ago? Why didn't you? I'll tell you why. Because you're like everybody else. You don't want to believe it's your brother, your father, your son could do such a thing. So they looked the other way, and that's exactly what you did. You looked the other way. You're no different than anybody else.
Let me catch up on y'all comments. But wait a minute, are they lying on her? Absolutely they are. This sounds so wrong. You two do better from Cheryl Rose. Both of those comments were relied on. Anonymous T needs to suffer consequences. Agreed. Right, Cheryl, this is so sad. Aries Girl Podcast is making it hard to watch. Agreed. Soul Sister, good morning to you. And I miss Greenleaf, a very good show. Now I want to bring up something that I said. I'm going to let this play for a minute. You know what's really funny? It really seems to me, and I remember one of my former friends said, you know what, just stand back and let everybody be who they truly are. Oh, we can't forget the person that has opened her mouth for everybody else, but yet she can't handle her own batshit bull craziness, where apparently California is in Mexico, according to somebody's child on YouTube, but that's neither here nor there. Let's play this clip. Just because you like that person don't mean their ass doesn't deserve to get called out for shit. Whatever we don't confront, we allow. Some of y'all don't like confronting the truth because you allow lies. Just because you like that person don't mean their ass doesn't deserve to get called out for shit. Whatever we don't confront, we allow. Some of y'all don't like confronting the truth because you allow lies. You got it, bro. Go right ahead, bro. You got it. Just because you like that person don't mean their ass doesn't deserve to get called out for shit. Whatever we don't confront, we allow. Some of y'all don't like confronting the truth because you allow lies. Go ahead, Brian, a couple more times. You got it. Just because you like that person don't mean their ass doesn't deserve to get called out for shit. Whatever we don't confront, we allow. Some of y'all don't like confronting the truth because you allow lies. Just because you like that person don't mean their ass doesn't deserve to get called out for shit. Whatever we don't confront, we allow. Some of y'all don't like confronting the truth because you allow lies. Let's finish out Anonymous T's video.
BREASTS or BUTTOCKS that are meant for SEXUAL gratification. Again, where in my video was all of this? Pornography, the depiction of SEXUAL acts, or fetishes that are meant for SEXUAL gratification. And then it says in the same policy that my video was reported for, you guys, it says other types of content that violates this policy: MASTURBATION, fondling or GROPING of GENITALS, BREASTS, or BUTTOCKS, using SEXTOYS to give viewers SEXUAL gratification, nudity or partial nudity that's meant for SEXUAL gratification, non-consensual sex acts, or the promotion or glorification of non-consensual sex acts such as sex,
One more thing. We gotta do better on research, you guys, because if you don't know if somebody's put out a HIT on somebody, shut your ass up. That is toxic, dangerous, and trifling behavior. Because guess what? You gotta prove that. And I think there was a content creator that brought up a clip of Junkie Dineva saying that such said person also did the same damn thing. That person was putting out HIT, and that was debunked. Braylon, what did you say? One more time, Bray. What did you say? Just because you like that person don't mean their ass doesn't deserve to get called out for shit. Whatever we don't confront, we allow. Some of y'all don't like confronting the truth because you allow lies. You know what some of y'all got? You know what some of y'all got? Now y'all know what some of y'all got? This image.
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days? Where the hell that bitch live at?
It's not.
You know what, Nene? They looking like this.
Oh, what do we got here? Huh? You got your little satchel bag, huh? Your little ponytail, huh? Give me what's in the bag. I'll bite your fingertips off and your ponytail. Give me what's in the satchel. I know what's in the satchel. That's all I ask. Give me what's in the satchel.
Child, listen. Hey, you know what your karma gonna do? Your karma's gonna feel this bad. Let's get back to Anonymous C's video. And like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply.
ASSAULT, INCEST, bestiality or zoophilia, unwanted, SEXUALIZATION, such as non-consensually shared imagery or voyeurism, wardrobe accidents, or NUDE photo leaks.
Now, sometimes when it comes to YouTube, right? Like, for example, after you get done with doing a live, there's this thing called copyright check or copyright matching. Let's just say that you used a clip from NBC Universal or one of the networks, or you use a song. There's a chance where you could not make money on that video. It's shared revenue, right? So those options happen. And then you have the option of deleting the track or muting the song, or you can cut out the segment if it's a clip. But sometimes that does not happen. Even if you have utilized it for fair use. There was a whole New Year's Eve show that I did talking about Dick Clark. And sadly, I forgot that if you stop playing it, your stream will come back. I was in the moment. It was New Year's Eve. And I tried to talk to somebody and they felt the way they felt. I'm just like, so you mean to tell me that people can do this, that, and the third to people like this good sister right here, but yet this good sister, this good brother trying to actually create actual factual content, we gotta get penalized? It's like you are letting the villains win and you're letting the legends lose because it's a good storyline to keep up with. Now, I'm not saying YouTube is not a bad platform. It's not. I believe it has opened up more doors for people than any other social media platform. That doesn't mean it's not flawed from time to time. I'm saying that's somebody who loves YouTube. I've been able to meet all of you virtually because of this platform. So you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you, but also too sometimes that hand also, needs to be called out because this was fucking disgusting.
Non-consensual zooming in or prolonged focus or emphasis on BREASTS, BUTTOCKS, or general GENITAL area for the purpose of SEXUAL gratification, a violent, graphic, or humiliating fetish content where the purpose is SEXUAL gratification, aggregating content that is meant for SEXUAL gratification, any SEXUAL content involving minors. See Child Safety on YouTube page for more information. We may allow SEXUAL content when the primary purpose is educational, documentary, or scientific or artistic and isn't gratuitous, such as a documentary on BREAST cancer. Or if there's depictions of SEX scenes and artistic content such as films, adult stories, music, or video games, or for educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic content that is adult material.
By the way, what about all the baking content creators? So when they say buttercream for buttercream icing, they can't say buttercream icing? What about the homesteads that they churn butter? I'm just saying, this is just ridiculous. And not to mention too, like, do we not recognize that cream is in pharmacy products as well? Not pharmacy products, but that it's in, BB products as well. So what about ice cream? What about sour cream? What about clotted cream? What about whipped cream? Like, do you see how this gets in the weeds here? Let's move along.
Like, I'm just confused, you guys. Then there's further examples. Clips extracted from non-pornographic films, shows, or other content in order to isolate SEXUAL content, real world or artistic, groping, kissing, or public, MASTURBATION, upskirting, voyeurism, predatory exhibitionism, or other content that depicts someone in a sexualized manner without their consent, content that depicts SEXUAL acts, behavior, or XCX toys that's meant for SEXUAL gratification. And if your content violates this policy, we will remove the content and send you an email to let you know. If this is your first time violating the community guidelines, you'll likely get a warning with no penalty to your channel. You have the option to take training to allow the warning to expire after 90 days. If you get 3 strikes within 90 days, your channel may be terminated. We may terminate your channel or account for repeated violations of the community guidelines or terms of service. We can also terminate your channel or account after a single case of severe ABUSE or when the channel is dedicated to a policy violation. We may prevent repeat offenders from taking policy trainings in the future. If your content contains pornography, we may terminate your channel. So this is the violation I received that was reported, you guys. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do, what options I have, because on the other side of things, I'm anonymous for a reason. But nothing in my video was about sex or nudity, and that's the piece that I have an issue with. So there's that. Be sure to subscribe to my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast, just in case anything happens to this channel. In the meantime, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and just continue to support my content. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.
Bella, where the hell have you been, Luca?
Now shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about y'all ass. Damn. Both vampires. You're supposed to die in sunlight. Move the fuck on. Anyway. And for anybody in the bushes, you don't have the soul, the gumption, or the executing energy to match what the fuck I do, a fifth quarter or a half of it. You don't. This is not the first time I went off and said what needed to be said and stood up for right. Ask Nikki News on Narcissism. Ask Aries Girl Podcast. Ask Cheryl Rhodes. Ask the people who know me. Ask Sassy T. Ask T Talk. Ask Shay Renee. Ask anybody, everybody you've seen me with. Glam rocks. That was fucking sad. And now her mental is compromised because y'all ain't got no fucking life in real life. You kidding me? Because guess what? If I brought up some of y'all channels and did a comparison of my live tap versus y'all's, I will whoop y'all motherfucking asses. Easily. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't give a flying fuck about it. I really don't. Y'all saw the thumbnail. Y'all know my voice, and damn it, you know why you here. So, let's do it. And y'all don't worry about me, because the truth is the truth. Okay? So since we want to talk about content, okay? Since we want to talk about content, right? Since we want to talk about content. Right? Now, I'm going to do this side by side, okay? I'm going to do this side by side. I'm going to show this channel, and then I'm going to show mine. And then y'all let me know who has actual content, okay? All right, here we go. Let's look at the content. 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 Okay, we're going to look at all the content. Yep. Since y'all want to do Anonymous Tea, I don't mind showcasing who's a real content creator, who ain't. Let's show the content. Let's show the fucking content. Still scrolling the content. Let's keep going. You know, I'm noticing a one-trick pony with this channel. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep fucking going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Still scrolling. Let's keep on going. I'm seeing one thing very consistently. Let's keep going, child. Because y'all not gonna play in my face today. Oh no. No. Now, this is this channel, right? Okay. All right. That's that channel. Now, you saw the content, right? You saw the content on this channel, right? Okay. I'm going to scroll all the way back up. And then we're going to look at my channel. Okay? We're going to look at mine. Some of y'all are mentally fucked. All right, here we go. Now let's look at my channel. Here's the content. Now let's look. Let's look. Let's look. Let's look. Let's not. Please, let's not do this. Let's not do this, y'all. Listen. See, when I say what the fuck I say, if I could pull up anybody's live tab and I will whoop your ass in content, I mean that shit. Because I'm about that shit. Still scrolling. I see a lot of diversity on here. I see a lot of holding a home. I see a stallion taking charge over here. But y'all want to get on Anonymous T's ass? Some of y'all need to do an eye exam on what the fuck y'all are watching over here. Still scrolling. Still scrolling. And by the way, before anybody says, yes, I did this because it was the right thing to do, that was for Kiki Jabbar. And I'm about giving credit where credit is due. I've always been about that shit. So fuck off. Let's keep scrolling. Oh, that's the Never Ever Mets broke out that show on YouTube. Let's see. Interview Sonny Minks. Interview Aaron H. Diamond, Millie, Josh, Dr. Shanita Horn from Shanita's World. Yeah. Was ahead of NBC News and the Today Show about NBC spinning off their networks. Told y'all about the Carlos Watson story way back when, a year ago. He just got pardoned by the president. Was the first one and probably the only one to tell y'all about how Warner Bros. Discovery was separating the networks from the streamers and studios, which means OWN could be up for sale. Steve Harvey Morning Show, WeTV, ABCNews.com, Nickelodeon. My Lord Jesus, just y'all don't want to have the conversation. Just looking up something y'all can have. I was also on the Carlos Watson show, also did iHeartMedia at 26 years old. Some of y'all walk around as prosperity, but really you a fucking tragedy. Get your ass off of Anonymous T. Move it the fuck on. Actually, we're going to take another commercial break, y'all, because I need it, you need it, we all need it. When we come back, we got Kanye West on deck, Carnival Cruise Lines, and an update on YouTube. And I will have a positive news story, because, child, we need it. We're live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Yeah, we hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Ay, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now found love in you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you were found. I come from nothing. Our son is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We all we got.
Don't you leave here to go for happiness. I want you to leave here to show.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
What geese?
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
I'm loving it.
And y'all right back. Welcome back to the Brand Lee's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here. Kicked off the show by talking about Melody Shari. She talked about just want to make sure I get the correct year, rather. The 1965 Selma to Montgomery March in Alabama. Melody was part of the 60th anniversary celebration for that. And then we talked about the small plane crash that happened in New York. Yes, there was a plane crash in New York. Another one, I know. Got quite emotional, telling y'all about the weight of people in media, that this is not for the weak. And we talked about Disney and how tariffs could be stopping Disney World as a whole park. And then talked about Anonymous T and said what needed to be said. Now, like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. If it doesn't fly, don't. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. And Nikki News on our system said facts 100%, because she knows. She's been here for mostly every single virtual tour. One thing to know and two things for sure, you can never say that this show right here, that we never hurt anybody, that we never added any blood to the social media waters. If anything, we've actually promoted a lot of stories that you guys probably would have never seen in mainstream media. How many Black-owned businesses we've promoted? And by the way, it's too many to name. But most of all, regardless of any of these social media hurricanes that have come through, we've always pressed forward. Because the foundation of the show is taking you to the hottest destinations that y'all are traveling to and letting you know some of the destinations that you may not be traveling to, but you may need to know about. And giving it to you with love, grace, and space that has never changed. And I'll leave you with this. The energy you have for people online, do you have that same energy for people in real life? Do you judge the people in your real life off of a moment, or do you recognize their totality? If you do that in real life, you might want to do the same thing online. Let's roll on, y'all. We got much more on Brandley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here, right now. Y'all, from Music Times, Taylor Swift issues a cease and desist to Kanye West following wild claim about the star singer's ex-life. So this has dated back to 2 decades ago. So Kanye West posted on his Twitter account that he alleged that Harry Styles and Justin Bieber engaged in intercourse with Swift at the same time. I'll show you an example of racism. Justin Bieber and Harry Styles screwed Taylor Swift from both sides of the call me. Oh, I forgot. I can't hold wire. I don't have everything. This tweet is 1,000% true. That's what he did. That's what he said. That's what he said. Now you would think that after calling people's kids retarded on social media, after wearing a triple K hood in an interview with a PDF file, like PDF academics, you would think after he said, yes, I'm going to bring up the clip. Sure am. Kanye said this.
We love you, Kanye. My daughter. I almost killed my daughter.
Wearing a sticker chain. Said 2 kids don't want to shave your heads and lock you in cages. Relieved himself during a horticultural meeting. You can figure out what I mean by relieving yourself. Didn't care about cleaning products because he didn't want toxic chemicals, and there are plenty of vegan products out here that he could have used. No. Didn't want windows or anything. So, mold, mildew, all that type of stuff that happened. There was an electrical, fire, not big fire, but enough. Because of his comments, his Donda Academy basketball team was out turning. That could have helped them in their basketball careers. So NBA players had to step up. And now he wants to say that Justin Bieber and Harry Styles screwed Taylor Swift from both sides. Y'all keep giving him grace. Y'all keep giving him love. Y'all keep giving him space. Oh, did you know that he also said that Disney and the Kardashians are showcasing their selectively bred children? He also said his ex-wife and he said his ex-wife was an ex-worker and called the Kardashians human Africans. That's what he said. So with that being said, y'all, Kanye West, somebody wants to talk to you. Travis Kelce wants to speak man to man after West defamatory Taylor Swift remarks. right here. Swift has taken legal action and has issued a cease and desist to stop West from posting more. If West persists, Swift could pursue a defamation lawsuit. This time he has gone too far. A source told Daily Mail his claims are not just false, they're defamatory. This isn't West gossiping, this is West sexually harassing a woman, defaming her, intending to cause harm to her and to end her career. The source noted that Kelce is incredibly upset with the situation and wants to confront West man to man after West allegations. Kelce also knows that giving public response to West's behavior will give more attention to the lies. Taylor is clearly upset. Travis obviously support her. Source knowing there must be consequences. West would never dare say this to her face. Not at all. And let me tell you something, Kanye. Remember when Drake tried to get the NFL to, tell Kendrick Lamar not to perform? They not like us. The NFL is bigger than you, Kanye. I don't think you really want to do that. Because there are Kansas City fans, Philadelphia fans. Got the van, yep. Got the utility, yep. Everybody coordinated. Autobots, roll out. You should know you're from Chicago, Kanye. Kanye. You're going to meet your opponent, bro. And you're not going to make it. And then on top of that, y'all, he said his mother was a lesbian. Dude, we got more respect for Donda than for you, bro. Hey, she didn't want that to be out. Good. Let's move on to something more positive, okay? Child, I can't. So Carnival Cruise Lines, everybody, they unveiled an exciting innovation itinerary of new ship fleet enhancements and plans and exclusive destinations. The line lays out strategic plans to further solidify its position as the cruise industry innovator and leader. So if you guys are like, what is this? This is a brand new water park. Now, for those of you who don't know, the newer ships have bought the first roller coaster at sea. This is replacing that on the newer ships, okay? So it's just like Sky Ride or Carnival Vista. You only see that on Carnival Vista. So let's get into it. Building on a period of expansive growth, Carnival Cruise Lines outlined its strategic plans over the next 5 years with the introduction of its innovation itinerary, focused on 3 pillars: sailing the most fun fleet at sea, creating compelling experiences and destinations, and building more Carnival loyalists. The line's president, Christine Duffy, provided details on new ships' deployment, fleet enhancements, and exclusive destinations at a media briefing on that day aboard Carnival Celebration in Port Miami. So literally the ship, ported. Hey, can I bring some guys pig and egg barbecue? Can I bring in a blue iguana cantina margarita? So we got this new water park. Oh, that's great. These ribs are good as fuck. Oh man, that peach margarita. Oh my God. Of course. I'm completely joking. I would have class decorum and match the energy. But I'm just saying, you're on Carnival Cruise Line. You ain't gonna bring food into the event. Like, come on now. Okay, let's play it.
There's so much going on at Carnival Cruise Line that we're calling this our innovation itinerary. We announced both.
I think that's going to be from that. We'll get back to that. New ships at the event definitely revealed that the 4th ship in Carnival's award-winning Excel class ships will be named Carnival Festival, continuing the tradition of giving these ships the names of the first Carnival ships that popularized cruise vacations for so many Americans. By the way, before Carnival, there was a cruise line called the Big Red Boat that did Disney vacations. So if you want to know more about it, just type in Big Red Boat Disney, and a bunch of videos will pop up for it. So shout out to the Big Red Boat for sure. Debuting in spring 2027, so 2 years away. Carnival Festival will sail from Port Canaveral, Florida. Reservation itinerary details will be released this summer. In the meantime, those who want to be the first to know can be notified by signing up here at this link here. Carnival Festival will keep in the Carnival tradition of bringing innovation and fun, or funovation, to use a term there, with each new ship, and will debut 3 brand new zones, 2 of which are on decks 6, 7, and 8. Will celebrate 6, 7, and 8 rather. Will celebrate music with new themed music venues and immersive experiences, representing the ways in which music brings people together. Are any artists going to be a part of this carnival? Because you guys did partner up with DJ Irie, who was the Miami Heat's DJ for DJ Irie, DJ Academy. I'm just saying, because you ain't going to say representing the ways in which music brings people together and y'all not working with an artist or two. Okay, so I guess I'm just saying quite far out. One zone is inspired by the process of creating music using cutting-edge media, interactive moments, immersive sound, and transforming the line to activate it throughout the cruise, while the other zone on deck 8 symbolizes the energetic vibes of outdoor music performances. Carnival sells more families than any other cruise line, welcoming 1 million children per year. And to better serve those families, Carnival Festival will feature 1,000 air-connected rooms. So for those of you who are wondering, wait, what's happening with the Family Harbor Suites? Those are being gone. So for those of you who don't know what the Family Harbor Suites are, basically it is a section of suites where you and your family can stay. But here's the cool thing. They got video games, they got a breakfast, they got ice cream, and that is yours for the duration of the vacation. But of course, they won't be getting rid of the Family Harbor staterooms on the older ships. Okay, so this is just me moving forward. But I do think that was very unique of Carnival, so I don't think they should get rid of it. But hey, Carnival's going to do what they want to do. Nearly 70% more than on the first 3 Excel ships. The expansion of the interconnected rooms is in lieu of the Family Harbor staterooms on the existing Excel ships. Carnival Festival will also introduce a dedicated space for Carnival's Turbos program, which is children 6 months to 2 years and more experiences for them on the open decks. Overall spaces for Carnival Youth programs will also be enhanced to support additional programming. Carnival Festival will also feature a new outdoor zone on its top 3 decks named Sun Station Point. That is a vibrant and exhilarating family fun zone that promises endless entertainment and unforgettable moments for kids of all ages. On deck 18, the main feature of Sun Station Point is Carnival Waterworks Ultra, the most family-friendly water park at sea and the ultimate destination for splashing excitement. This new area will replace both the ultimate sea coaster that is the top deck feature on the existing Excel ships. So, with that being said, Royal Caribbean, they are known for their water slides, right? Norwegian Cruise Line just put out a big one, right? So I think that what they probably recognized was to be able to have the flexibility of more family time was more important to their guests than a roller coaster. Now, I will say that was very iconic for them to do a roller coaster at sea. I definitely want to try both sometime, but I'm going to be holding on for dear life because it goes, off the side of the ship and everything. But yeah, the expansive water park will feature 6 exhilarating slides, 4 of which are new to Carnival, including 2 family raft slides in the Spirit of Catering all ages, slides that allow guests as little as 3 feet tall. 2 different splash pads offer endless aquatic playtime with kids slides, spray twigs, while dedicated baby splash areas that will even let the littlest cruisers get on fun. The treehouse-inspired elevated adventure trail and taller areas provide dry play activities with plenty of shaded seating nearby, a sports court, ropes course, and jogging track, along with a miniature golf course, outdoor games, and themed arcade spaces are included in this zone. That's what I was going to say. It was like a sports room on Carnival Vista where you could actually play pool with your feet. So I'm guessing that's being phased out as well. And the evening Sensation Point bursts with vibrant illumination and the fun continues into the night with special evening events that have extended water park hours in addition to a DJ and other activities. This is a first for Carnival to open up waterworks at night and activate multi-deck zones for guests of all ages to enjoy together in the evening. Did y'all get inspired by Scarlet Night from Virgin Voyages? Because they have this thing called Scarlet Night. So I'm guessing they will have a thing called the Golden Hurrah Night. I'm just guessing, y'all. I don't know. That's just a prediction, okay? So with that being said, since this ship will be sailing from Port Canaveral alongside Bioground, so there will be new dining options. Carnival's chief culinary officer, Emily Bassey, is working closely with the food and beverage to develop new concepts, right? Get some catfish and beignets on board, damn it! Make no damn sense you don't have a bistro with New Orleans or Creole cuisine. You can't get no catfish or beignets. Like, can you team up with Cafe Du Monde, or as La Renee Creole would say, Cafe Du Nothing, to get hickory coffee on board? Can we do that? Thank you. Including a new dining outlet that will replace Shebang. That has been on Carnival Cruise Lines for years, so it will be all new dining outlet. But guests don't have to worry, as fan favorites Sky's Burger Joint, Pig and Anchor, Smokehouse Brewhouse from Guy Fieri, and Brew Chicken are a few staples that will continue. More details on dining options will be available in the coming months. Duffy also revealed that the name of the line's 5th Excel class ship will be named Carnival Tropical. Also one of the original names of the early Carnival ships. The home port and open sail date will be unveiled well ahead of delivery of the ship in spring of 2028. Many of the new features on Carnival Festival will also be included on Carnival Tropical, as well as some new concepts of theming. Looking further ahead, Carnival's exclusive new ship platform, currently called Project Ace, includes 3 ships at 230,000 gross tons, each being built by Ferranti, that will be delivered in 2029, 2031, and 2033. By the way, Ferranti is it's an Italian town in Italy that all they do is build cruise ships. So Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, Disney, they are all built at that yard. Okay, like I said, I keep up with everything. With over 3,000 guest staterooms, the new ships will be the largest in the Carnival Corporation global fleet and will be able to deliver more fun to guests than any other ship in the world. When carrying almost 8,000 guests at full capacity, these ships clearly represent the next generation of the fun ships. There will be experiences unto themselves and partner with itineraries that call in part on our exclusive destinations. Will provide amazing cruise vacations for guests, said Duffy. This class will introduce new dining outlets, entertainment, and reimagine our deck amenities. Our new build team is in the midst of designing these vessels. Stay tuned as we get closer to delivery. Let's see if the video has uploaded.
The new XL ship names today. In 2027, we have Carnival Festival coming. We're leaning into families in an even bigger way. Carnival Cruise Line sails more children and families than any other cruise line. And with this XL4 and XL5, while
still
we are replacing.
I know you love it. Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll pause that and I'll let the video upload then we'll play. Okay. Rolling on. Since our inception in 1972, we have defined and led the modern cruise industry, and our plans for the next 5 years are beyond no different. The energy and excitement continue at Carnival. Having just integrated 2 ships into the Carnival fleet in Australia, we now stand at 29 ships, the largest global fleet in our history. Looking ahead, we have the opening of Celebration Key this July. I think it's July 12th. That's going to be happening, followed by our expansion at Relax Away, Half Moon Cay in 2026. The delivery of our 4th and 5th Excel ships in 2027, 2020, respectively, and then the introduction of 3 new ships in our new platform Project Ace beginning in 2029. Plus fleet enhancements and new investments at some of our existing destinations. We're poised to continue our. We got you, Captain. Christine. Hang on, child. We are poised to continue our leadership position as both America's cruise line and the world's most popular cruise line. Christine Duffy, president of Carnival Cruise Line. So there is Carnival Festival. It is amazing what they are able to do with 3D imaging. Like it, and this is what the ship is actually going to look like. They have evolved their ships where you see the Carnival logo right there, and then you see the that iconic dolphin funnel there. So right here, deployment updates when Carnival Festival is delivered in spring of 2027 begins sailing from Port Canaveral. Mardi Gras will be offering shorter cruises from the same home port. As new ships are introduced, this will allow us to upgrade capacity and hardware at key markets with a particular focus on short cruises. Explained Duffy, with short cruises on Mardi Gras, our guests who may not have the time to take a week-long vacation can experience all the amazing features of our Excel class. Carnival has always been a leader offering short cruises, which appeal to first-time cruisers and families with more limited vacation time. Carnival offers short cruises from all of its home ports in the United States and Australia, with the exceptions of Baltimore and Seattle. Duffy also reiterated Carnival's commitment to serving the line's secondary markets, which are an important part of its portfolio, as America's cruise line by continuing to be accessible vacation for 50% of the U.S. population that's within a 5-hour drive from Carnival Cruise. As y'all know, Royal Caribbean, we talked about this in Virtual Live, they have a Galveston port, because Galveston, Texas is also a huge port as well. As a part of this commitment, Carnival will return to year-round operations in Mobile, Alabama, beginning in spring 2027. So Melody was talking about the greatness of Alabama. So cruises will be from Mobile, Alabama. Now, of course, let's see here. Spring 2027, Carnival previously sailed year-round from Mobile and currently still seasonally. In addition, Carnival is exploring moving a larger Conquest class ship to Baltimore in 2027 that can accommodate about 1,000 more guests than Carnival Pride, the Spirit class ship currently deployed in Baltimore. So I think it might be one of the older ships that they might renovate. I don't know if a ship this big is going to be in Mobile, Alabama. I'm just going to keep it above the shop. And then here is some updates here for one of the private islands here. Coming in 2026, Mahogany Bay, Carnival's destination in Honduras, will be renamed Isla Tropical for Carnival Tropical, the ship, and expand to include a pool with a swimming bar and cabanas. Future enhancements will also include an expanded beach and a beach club. So right here, guest experience. Since first introducing Funship 2.0 in 2011. Oh, Lord Jesus, has it been that long? Over a decade. Good Lord Jesus. Carnival has continued sought to enhance the guest experience on its ships. In order to continue to innovate, Carnival will be evolving the guest experience on its existing ship by making strategic enhancements. Changes will include decor modernization, new dining, beverage, and entertainment experiences that will draw from features and concepts that will be introduced on its newer ships. More details will be revealed as dry dock and enhancement plans are finalized. Destinations is not just the ships that are part of the innovation itinerary, it's about exclusive destinations. Carnival Corporation already has the largest collection of cruise destinations across the Caribbean and Mexico that are utilized by many of its corporate brands. Carnival Cruise Line, as the largest year-round operator in these regions, is the line that frequents these destinations the most. Given this, destinations are being enhanced and will be marketed as Paradise Collection by Carnival, and that include the first exclusive destination that has been designed for Carnival guests. Celebration Key is a game changer, opening in July. It offers the guests the ultimate day in paradise. 20 Carnival ships from 10 U.S. home ports on more than 1,400 sailors are already open for sale and will make visits to Celebration Key through 2027 with more to come. So if you want more intel on Celebration Key, y'all know what I'm about to say. Of course, we covered it here. CELEB Celebration Key. So right here, 451 views 8 months ago. So if you want a download of Celebration Key, there it is right there. Everything you need to know is right there in that virtual tour live. Listen, I told y'all, we take swings in terms of topics before they get talked about by everybody else. The line recently announced the expansion of Relax Away Half Bouquet. It's an island that looks like a smile, from above, which has consistently been rated as one of the top destinations in the Caribbean. The addition of a pier that can support Excel ships and Project 8 ships will allow Carnival to bring its largest ships to this beautiful destination. The expansion is focused on unlocking more of the beach paradise that Carnival guests love, making sure to preserve the pristine beach and lush and natural beauty of this island paradise. The destination's enhancements will begin to be completed by summer 2026 and continue through the end of the year. And coming in 2026, Mahogany Bay Carnival's destination in Rotan Honduras will be renamed Island Tropical to include a pool with swim bar and cabanas. Future enhancements will also include expanded beach and beach club loyalty. Definitely rounded out the event by confirming Carnival will be enhancing its existing loyalty program, details of which are expected to be announced this summer with enhancements taking effect in 2026. Carnival has an incredibly loyal, passionate fan base who are the advocates for our brand, our crew, and the amazing vacations we deliver. We had our very existing VIFP, very important fun person loyalty recognition program in place since 2012, and as our fleet and business grown, so has the VIFP program. She said, as we continue, we are modifying the program to unlock greater value and engagement for our loyal guests. Definitely said updates will be announced this summer, giving guests and travel advisors plenty of time to learn about the changes. So, for more information on Carnival Cruise Line or to book a cruise vacation on Carnival, call 1-800-CARNIVAL, 1-800-CARNIVAL, 1-800-CARNIVAL. Y'all know I'm always from a radio mindset, which will be 1-800-764-7419 right here. 1-800-764-7419. That's 1-800-764-7419. And of course, you can visit carnival.com or contact your favorite travel advisor or online travel site. So here is the rendering. This is what you guys saw on the thumbnail. So what you saw above was the daytime, and this is what's going to look like at night. Look at that. I mean, that's just as close as I can zoom in there. So it looks like that might be the DJ booth. You see, that's a wire wrap slide there. I don't think that's a bucket. I don't know what that is, but it's something important. And then you see, you know, the now that's Serenity. I think that's the no Cloud, no, not Cloud 9. What's it called? I think it's the Dose Serenity only pool. I think that's what it's called. You see the tree house here with the slide there. And then as we move down, so you have a bar right there. And believe me, there are people taking this photo and breaking out any and everything. And then of course you have the pool here, but you see how it lights up at night. So it's going to be like a, it's going to be like downtown Disney Bone ship though. So it's really, really cool. Really, really cool. All right, y'all. So I think I got the video here. Let's see.
This our innovation itinerary. We announced both the new XL ship names today. In 2027, we have Carnival Festival coming. We're leaning into families in an even bigger way. Carnival Cruise Line sails more children and families than any other cruise line. And with this XL4 and XL5, while we are replacing Bolt, the first roller coaster at sea, we've created.
As that continues to load, like I said, I'm excited. I think that this is good for Carnival. And you know what's so interesting? The cruise line industry is fighting harder than Disney is for the theme park war, and that's sad. Not to say cruising is not amazing, because it is, but come on, Disney. You gonna let Carnival whoop your ass in terms of creativity than you guys that did this commercial for the Super Bowl, which honestly to me, it was one of the greatest Super Bowl commercials of all time, but y'all are not matching the energy in the park. Roll it.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
Where our magic comes from?
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
In the words of Nene Leakes, where is the magic? Where is it? Where is the magic? Where is it? Where is the magic, Disney? Where is it? You let Carnival whoop your ass in creativity. In the words of that white brother, my disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined. Let's keep playing the video, y'all.
Created an amazing new family, fun for all ages environment called Sunsation on the top decks of the ship. And so we've got an expanded, what we're calling Waterworks Ultra, along with some family rafting slides. And now the ship that's going to be delivered in 2028 will be named Carnival Tropical. So we're really
pause there for a little bit, and we're almost done with the show, y'all. We are almost done. Then, y'all, I got roll for y'all tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, I have not watched it. Y'all know we do it the day after. This Child Sundays is mine. You know what I mean? So. Man, I gotta tell you, today's show has been, woo, child, something. All right, here we go.
Really excited and look forward to welcoming these two ships. And we've just announced that we are going to be renaming Mahogany Bay to Isla Tropical. So in addition to Celebration Key and Relax Away, we're calling this our Paradise Collection. Celebration Key is really the game changer and obviously the star of the collection.
And by the way, if you don't know what Celebration Key is, you've probably seen it on TV with this flip-flop, staying behind in this amazing paradise. And like I said, if you're looking for Celebration Key, just type in Celebration Key on this channel and click that live. I'll tell you everything that you need to know.
Because of the size.
So that's going to be a sand castle that you'll be able to slide through. Yes, like I said, we broke all this down. It's going to be huge. That'll be opening July 12th.
Scale, the experiences that we're building. We're so excited to be opening on July 19th.
July 19th. My bad. I'm human. I make mistakes. But at least I'll own up to mine. Rolling on. Unlike others.
And so it's all very exciting.
So there you go there with Carnival. But hold up. That's not all. Because Norwegian's like, we got something to do. Norwegian Cruise Line unveils upcoming private island expansion. This comes to us from Travel Pulse by North Star. That is the Norwegian Aqua. As you can see there is their new water slide there, or their water attraction there. And can I just say, cruise ship designs have always fascinated me, but the way that Norwegian utilizes all of the bottom of the ship, the bow, breathtaking art. I mean, just masterpiece. Okay, or masterpiece. Norwegian Cruise Line officially christened its newest vessel, Norwegian Aqua in Miami, Sunday, so literally yesterday. Along with celebration, the company revealed ambitious plans to transform Great Stirrup Cay, its private destination in the Bahamas, with a host of new amenities aimed at travelers of all ages. Set to debut in the fourth quarter 2025, the arrival of these enhancements will coincide with the completion of a new multi-ship pier at the private island Paradise. These newly announced enhancements to Great Stirrup Cay will further improve the guest experience on the island, which is already one of our top-rated destinations worldwide. So Harry Sumner, President and Chief Executive Officer of Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, Ltd., along with the completion of a new multi-ship pier later this year, we're improving both access and amenities on the island. We anticipate annual guest visits will exceed 1 million by 2026. We are actively evaluating additional investments in the island to support that growth and expand the amenities our guests can enjoy. Guests visiting the reimagined island will be greeted by a new welcome center and convenient tram system that designed to make island exploration effortless. At the heart of this expansion is an oversized heated pool area. This sun-drenched escape will include a swim-up bar, Vine loungers, and private cabanas, allowing adults to keep the good times flowing with their beverage packages, even while ashore younger visitors will enjoy a dedicated splash pad equipped with playful water features and fountains. So here is the enhancements there, and it looks like this is like a floating garden, I guess, from here. Looks like, and of course, there's a swim-up bar. Let's see here. NCL is also bringing some of its most popular onboard experiences to land. The adults-only Vibe Beach Club, known for its upscale outdoor lounge area, private cabanas, will debut on the island. The Vibe Beach Club is usually an additional experience that you got to pay for, but hey, maybe that Vibe Beach Club pass that you buy for the on board can work for on the island as well. That would probably be the best thing to do on Norwegian for sure. Meanwhile, families can gather at the New Horizon Park, which recently debuted on Norwegian Bliss and Norwegian Breakaway, a vibrant outdoor recreation area offering long games and various activities for the whole family to enjoy and keep with the island's laid-back bohemian charm. The upgrades and new amenities will also include a tranquil relaxation zone with hammocks swaying under the palms and tiki-inspired elements that embody the tropical spirit of the destination. Great Stirrup Cay has long been a guest favorite. These new additions will take the private island experience to the next level by offering our guests even more. And there's a whole campaign about more, so that's why more is emphasized there. The continued freedom and flexibility to design their best vacation, say David J. Hera, President of Norwegian Cruise Line. We look forward to adding more exciting and guest-centric experiences on Great Stirrup Cay in the future. Let's see if I can pull up Norwegian Cruise Line. I know there was like a war campaign. Hang on, y'all. Give me a moment. So there was a specific commercial I want y'all to see. It could be in multimedia videos. This could be it. Let's see. Norwegian. No. That's not the one I'm looking for. Okay, that one's not available. Damn. I know I can be crazy sometimes, but I know I ain't that thing. That's not it either. Like, why are y'all playing in my face? Wait, this might be it. Come through for you, boy. Come on. Yep, this is the one. My media brain is never off, baby. Just give me some time. Here it is, y'all. Here is the more commercial. Here we go. I know. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's a real car track and see. I know.
Come see how much more a vacation can be with Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea.
I got goosebumps with that commercial. Yes, I did indeed. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, child. Yes, indeed. I was like, no commercials out here. I know it is. But they also have this here. So this is the More at Sea package here. So it says here that, guests will be able to enjoy more appetizers and desserts with up to 3 of each included at each scene. Guests will also have faster, stronger connectivity on board with Starlink's high-speed internet access, as well as more Wi-Fi minutes included with each guest in the stateroom. Now again, their own dedicated login for 150 minutes, helping more guests get online, stay connected. Cruising still included in the package will be a $50 credit per shore excursion for the first guest, free airfare for the second guest, as well as third and fourth guests, sell free on select voyages. The all-new More Sea package was designed to deliver the experiences and perks that guests value most for an elevated vacation. For complete package details, visit right here. And y'all, they've been doing this for a long time. I did see a video that you have to be careful with the flights with NCL. So if you get a free flight from NCL, you have to book it through them, right? So, and here is Eric Stone Street with more.
A vacation with Norwegian Cruise Line is so much more because there's more included. Like unlimited drinks, followed by amazing meals at amazing restaurants. Plus free Wi-Fi, followed by amazing meals. Like unlimited drinks, followed by amazing meals at amazing restaurants. Plus free Wi-Fi. Oh, hey, Mom, I gotta go. I love you. Did I mention unlimited drinks? Hello. And excursion credits so you can explore even more. I love more. Get more out of your vacation with Norwegian.
Yeah, you get all that.
More at sea. Can I get more? Oh. Experience more with Norwegian.
Norwegian, it's funny that you mention having more, because it reminds me of y'all know I got a media receipt, right? It reminds me of this campaign from Embassy Suites. Now, I'm gonna let this brother speak on it.
you want less, you can always have less. But I like having a lot more than having a lot less. And the more I have, the more I like having more. And that's exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More post-meeting celebrations, more complimentary drinks, more for my money, more bar snacks. More outings, definitely. I want so much more, it's more than a mortal man can handle. Now that's more like it.
Complimentary drinks, free breakfast, more room, Embassy Suites. Yeah.
I know, right? I know, right? So here's another commercial of Mr. Moore.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast, Embassy Suites. Get more.
Yeah. So you're probably wondering, Ray, how did this come about? And of course, you know I got you, right? Of course, you know I got you. So there was, so actor Brendan Brown was a part of this campaign called Mr. Moore. Looks like it's not showing up for me there, but let's go to hospitality event. So right here, as you can see, this was a part of a $15 million integrated brand awareness campaign that included television, print, out of home, and online advertisements. The campaign stars the character that the brand internally dubs Mr. Moore, a quirky business and leisure traveler who's always looking for more of more and less of less. Embassy Suites proudly offers travelers more of more during every visit, from spacious two-room suites and complimentary couture breakfast, free beverages and snacks at the nightly manager's reception. The ads are available to view on Embassy Suites Hotel YouTube channel. So yeah, that was so you know, in case you guys did not know, I always love being able to bring you guys context, you know, to what we do. And so I'm not saying that because I know what people are gonna say. They're gonna be like, Braylon, what are you doing? You saying the quiet part aloud? Shut up. Just like, do y'all really think I'm gonna follow what y'all have to say? Nah. But yeah, so just wanted to let me see here. Where's this one? No, that's not the one I'm looking for here. There was one more. Oh, this one right here. This one. Now this, let's see, I think this one.
At Embassy Suites, you get more delicious moreness every morning with a free breakfast made just the way you like it. With a breakfast like this, you can pretty much handle anything. Anything? Anything.
A rambunctious toddler?
Of course.
Uncle Ralph? Sure. A Roman gladiator?
You bet.
You swing under my bed?
Why not?
Yes.
Get more with Embassy Suites. Book early and save up to 20%.
Yes, indeed. So now you're all caught up with, like I said, like I always say, rather, if you understand the moves that are happening around you, you understand the moves that you're seeing in front of you. I think this one's in Spanish. I think maybe.
At Embassy Suites, you get more delicious morness every morning with a free breakfast made just the way you like it. With a breakfast like this, you can pretty much handle anything. Anything? Anything.
Oh, yeah, that's the same one. Okay. I thought it was a different one. All right, y'all. So we got what? One more destination is YouTube, and then we'll give y'all a positive story. Then we're out of here. Okay. It's been 3 hours, 19 minutes, and 37 seconds, y'all. We've been here. Made it do what it do. All right. Last story here, and then your positive story, and then we will be out. Woo. From TechCrunch, YouTube rolls out free AI music, artificial intelligence music making tool for creators. YouTube is launching a new feature that will allow creators to use AI technology to generate custom instrumental backing music that can be added to their videos. In an update published to its Creator Insider channel this week, the company shared that it's beginning to roll out an update to its Creator Marketplace that will allow creators to generate new tunes using artificial intelligence prompts. YouTube says the feature is being gradually rolled out to creators who have access to Creator Music, the platform's commercial music licensing resource launched in 2023. The marketplace was designed to make it easier for creators to find music to add to their videos and understand the cost involved doing so. AI music, however, will give them another free option. So this is what it's going to look like here. So you see Creator Music beta right there, and then of course you see here create or suggest, and then it creates the music. There we go. Creators with access to the new artificial intelligence feature will see a musical assistant tab appear in Creator Music. In the free text field, they can describe the type of music they want to create. By specifying details like instruments, mood, type of video they're making, and more. Some suggested prompts are also offered below the field to help users get started. After the tracks are generated, users can download them and add them to their videos. YouTube notes that the music is free to use, so creators will not have to worry about copyright claims. Creator Music is available to all U.S. creators in the YouTube Partner Program. YouTube had earlier tested a similar generative AI feature called Dream Track, powered by DeepMind's Literary, which allowed people to create 30-second music tracks in style of famous artists. Currently, the Dream Track feature is only focused on instrumental music. YouTube's help documentation says the company clarified the tech process as a part of the Dream Track suite of experimental artificial intelligence tools. YouTube created the ability to introduce the ability to create instrumental soundtracks in both shorts and YouTube created last year, and now starting to experiment with integrating Dream Track into Creator Music. So, in case you didn't know, now you do. For those of you who want to be AI, creators, I know Lil Paulette, she is great with AI, so I sent her that a couple weeks back on Earnings. So yes, indeed, y'all. Woo, what a show! One thing to know, two things for sure: you can never say Brantley does not put on a whole show. Okay, listen, man, that was a show. That was a straight up show right there. But a good one, though. I really enjoyed it. I really did. Let me see. So, in case you guys missed it, the spacecraft happened today, so Gayle King is back on the ground.
I just have to have a moment on the ground.
Gayle King, Katy Perry,
For just a
Laura
second.
Sanchez,
Thank you,
Amber
Jesus.
Ewing.
Oh my God. That was amazing.
Yeah. All 6 astronauts are going to start to feel the weightlessness, and shortly thereafter, we're going to let them unbuckle.
And that right there is the most critical milestone of this whole ascent. Oprah watching her best friend go to space.
What a
All
brave
6 astronauts
thing to do. These tests have been few and far in between, and they have been sitting in celebrities. Michael Strahan went up into space, and I think we did that. So congratulations to that historic all-female crew on Blue Origin. That is from Jeff Bezos. Y'all, that's our show. That's it. I'm gonna turn my camera now because we've done the whole show for over 3 hours. Yes, we have. Woo. Child, listen. Woo. Man, oh man. Well, listen, I want to thank everybody for being here today. This was a show right here. Like I said to Cheryl Rose, thank you so much. Nikki Needs of Narcissism, thank you so much. Mary's Girl Podcast, thank you so much. Soul Sister, thank you so much as well for being here. Let's see here. Linda Jefferson, hello to you. Sassy Team from the L3, good to see you. And Mr. Triplet as well. Thank you all so much. Like I said, y'all, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply, okay? What happened to Anonymous T was uncalled for, fragrant, and disrespectful. So yeah, it was out of line, classless, and tattered behavior. So that's what I have to say about Anonymous T and what she is going through. So I'm praying for her, and sending in light, love, and prayers, and I do believe everything will work out just fine because she doesn't bother nobody. She doesn't. With Kanye West, Kanye West, you're gonna get your ass whooped, and you might not make it back mentally or physically or any other league to be here upon the earth, for sure. Carnival and Norwegian Cruise Line beating Disney in the creativity department. It is quite sad to see that. And I hope that Disney recognizes that, hey, listen, y'all got to get on it, because if you don't get on it, you're going to get mollywopped. And from all the videos and photos that I've been seeing, it is game over for Disney at this point right now. It is. Like I said, YouTube being able to make artificial intelligence music, I thought that was really, really cool. And I may have to try that. I may have to just try that and see what it is, what I mean? So I think that'll be really, really cool. Then, of course, Disney, like I said, tariffs, right? Ooh, Lord Jesus, these tariffs is breaking everybody, in the industry in every which way. And, I think if we would have done the right thing on November 4th, I'm not saying that the country would have been happy about it, but at least we would have destruction, chaos, and just disarray energy all over the world right now. Then New York, that horrific helicopter crash that happened. My Lord Jesus, that was just tragic. I mean, there was no back engine, there was no propellers on the top, and it was just dead on arrival. And that was quite sad. So prayers, light, and love to each and every one of those people involved in that, their family and friends, to Spain and to Siemens. Prayers up. And of course, Melody Shari, doing that great interview with Terry Shropshire from RollingOut.com, talking about the 1965 Selma to Montgomery March in Alabama. That was such a beautiful interview, Melody. Well done. Definitely learned a lot for sure, and hopefully that inspired people. All right, y'all, that's it for me. One love, much love, all love. I feel love is in it right back to you. I will see you all back here tonight at 6 p.m. We got some Roa to watch tonight, so I want to rest for a little bit. Of course, as you guys know, Beyond the Gates, the review will be out. Then, of course, I have not forgot your Bradley Virtual Tour Destination Roundups. Okay, give me time. Been on for 3 hours, 28 minutes, and 38 seconds. One love, much love, all love. I feel love. Send it right back to you. Have a wonderful day. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
All day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready. hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
When we start a project, we always start with story. That story is key. So we began with the story of the Waturi people. The myth of the Waturi people is that long ago, they set out on their outrigger canoes looking for a new home. There was a legend that said they could only find this new home with the help of this mini golden-finned fish called kanuku. And they searched across Pacifica and Polynesia, and they visited all these islands. They went to Bali and Tahiti and went as far as Rapa Nui, Easter Island. Along the way, they made friends, collected sort of the culture, and they sailed on and on and on, and they almost to the edge of the world. There, to their amazement, was Kanuku. And she turned to the people and said, "You are ready." Turned and swam away. They followed, and within a day, they caught sight of this smoking mountain on the horizon, which was Volcano Bay. And it was pristine, beautiful, lush, everything that they would want in a home. And that's the backstory that informs everything we do in our design. The idea here is to create the best experience. We know what our guests want. They want the thrill and excitement of our theme parks, but they also want a place where they can relax and chill out and feel pampered. Nobody wants to stand in line. And so we said, let's get rid of them. Nobody wants to carry rafts up a ride tower all the way to the top. So we said, let's do that for you. Exhilaration, excitement, and relaxation. That's what you're gonna get at Volcano Bay.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything
you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.